All aboard at the hyperfixation station. My name is Quinlan and we are here at the Ozcars. The delays are over. It is time to watch it. It is, what time is it right now? It is 1:27. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Let me open up. I have a Word document that I left with my Ozcars votes so that I can keep track of what I actually voted for, and then I can celebrate when I win. Okay, there it is. I got it open. You guys don't have to see it. But, yeah. It's exciting, and I'm excited for it. I have champagne, it's Sprite, in a flower vase. And I've got party poppers in case I win a category, in case I'm right about categories. Especially, of course, I'm wearing green and the little bit of red. I've got Oscars colors on it, and I guess orange eyeshadow, whatever, it's fine. But yeah. Got party poppers ready. I'll save the green one for the best leading male category in case Oscar wins. I mean, it would be Oscar / Ozpin because for some reason they put them both in the leading category as Oscar Pine / Ozpin, even though for the voice actors they put Aaron Dismuke in leading voice actor for Oscar and Oz Out Loud, and then Shannon McCormick for Ozpin and the head in supporting, but then put them both in leading as if they're one character. It's fine. Anyway, I'm really excited about a lot of these, and I'm also just excited to know what people voted. Another thing I'm really excited about for this year is that there's a lot of categories because, there's a lot that goes into making the show that doesn't always get, recognition, so I think that's super neato. But I'm also excited because that means a lot of different RWBY YouTubers and content creators are involved and are going to be announced in the category, so I'm going to be excited whenever I see one of them. I have one earring in. I don't know if it's the gay ear or not. I hope it is. Also, I got my hair cut! Finally! My roommate cut it. No one cares about this part. I'm just stalling, so I'll be swapping over to my Word document periodically to check to see what my answers were. And I've got my little Oscar keychain. Oh no! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, here we go.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. I'm Arnold, also known as Murder.
Salutations!
Joined by Calaxon, and we are here to present the second annual Oscars, a RWBY Volume 8 award show.
We are so happy to be with you all here tonight to celebrate RWBY's work on RWBY Volume 8. We want to acknowledge everyone who has brought this volume to life bigger and better than ever before.
For this year's Oscars, we have more categories than ever in order to show our appreciation to the directors, writers, voice talent, animators, designers, editors, storyboarders, modelers, camera, lights, VFX, rigging artists, compositors, mocap, and even the musicians.
We have a lot of surprises in store for this year, but I'll let you know
I'm covering up her
right
face.
Away. This year, we did a ranked voting system, so the choices made by the community would be weighted more fairly. We had over 10 nominees in some of the polls, but remember, we're only going to read out the top 5 nominees in alphabetical order. So if a character or piece or other item is missing, rest assured it was most likely on the poll. It just wasn't verbally re-announced in this video.
We're also excited to reveal that we have many of our peers from the RWBY community joining us to present tonight's awards.
They can't add
and I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who joined in making this year's Oscars far better and probably the best that we've done from last year to this year. I've been looking at everyone's category submissions over the last few days, and I swear y'all are gonna love it. This is one of, if not the most ambitious crossover in RWBY history.
Excluding RWBY itself and its fairy tale and myth character crossover, of course. And definitely one of the biggest YouTuber crossovers I've ever seen anyway. Speaking of which, since we aren't gonna split the revenue 25 different ways, we decided to donate any ad revenue, super chats, etc. to Extra Life, benefiting children's hospitals in the United States and Canada. Rooster Teeth participates in this every year, so I can't think of a better way to honor RWBY tonight than to support a cause that Rooster Teeth partners with on an annual basis.
That's enough from us. We thank you guys so much for your patience. Sit back, relax, and without further ado, let us begin the Oscars, a RWBY Volume 8 award show.
Let's go. Ooh, fancy. Oh yeah, I've seen this intro. They had this one up earlier. Ilya, my beloved. Volume 8 was so good, you guys. It is, I know that there's a lot that was wrong with it, especially the last few episodes, and like how a lot of the plot points didn't tie together or whatever, but it is my favorite volume. I think they did a great job for all its faults. Chapter 4, which was a really good chapter. It was on my top 5. I got distracted, but favorite volume for sure. Used to be, if someone was like, what's your favorite volume? I'd say first half of volume 6 and second half of volume 3. Shove them together, there's my favorite. But now I can say that volume 8. Because like volume 6 started so strong and then it kind of like tapered off near the end there, but like halfway through. Volume 8 didn't go downhill until chapter 12. That sounds so mean. I don't mean that. There's a lot of really good that happened.
Rising, here to present to you the first category of the RWBY Volume 8 Ozcars.
Not sure where to put myself.
For those of you who aren't familiar with me, I have been in the fandom since about the very beginning of it, but only since the off-season between volumes 6 and 7 have I really started contributing.
I appreciate
to
the pun in the corner.
At least in the form of YouTube videos. So in that time I've done video essays, a complete restructure of the first 4 volumes of RWBY's store to the format that we are.
They're really good. Go watch the videos.
Nowadays, party amount of shit posts.
Not that anyone would find you through me.
I've done reaction videos, but most recently for volume 8, chapter reviews episode by episode. I am nowhere near as familiar or established as many of the faces that you are about to see throughout the course of the show, but like this award, I am just getting started. So to kick things off, enough about me.
That's the band in Milo Murphy's Law.
Is best environment. For best environment,
okay, what did I have for this?
A heck of a lot of work goes into the final product that the characters live in on screen. Okay. What is needed in the script gets concept art.
Monstra was my number 1.
Matte painting gets 3D models.
Because there were just so many different
composites that looks much
areas
more like
and like different aspects of Monstra.
Actually sees, and from there on, it's camera work.
And they were all just gorgeous.
And even the sound design. With that all being said, these are your nominees for best environment.
But I had Mantle Slums and Tundra up there. Central Location was 3rd, I think. No, it was 4th, and then the Glass Unicorn. Those were my picks. Nice place you got here. Yeah, guardrails not included, right? Why? Where? Ambrosius, you... What? Do not fall. Okay, buddy.
The end credits.
Might as well give us a tightrope for the refugees. Oh, really? That got top 5? I'm sorry. Maybe I just didn't like this so much. It just kind of looks like a video game from the late 2000s, you know? Like the jungly, twisty, which could look cool and stuff. It's not bad or anything. It's just we didn't really get to explore it. Monstra! This didn't happen in Pinocchio. I do like all the little jokes. Monstra was good, man. There's so many different areas of it that I always forget, and then I looked at all the pictures and stuff, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of Monstra. Like, the outside is so cool, the bridge, the lamp room.
Oh, you've picked a fine time to...
The new Volume 5 house!
Things are already bad enough after what you did to Father. Now you want us to harbor fugitives too?
Minstrel House 2.0!
Has a reputation.
That's what you're worried about? Your reputation?
I'm just saying that we've already
Whitley!
lost all the house staff, and Mother locked herself in her room.
The Winter Vault Flower Field.
Yeah. Where's my Winter Wonderland crew? Well, I mean, it seems like they have opposite environments to what you would expect for the area. So Vacuo's Vault is probably either going to be like a lush jungle or icy like what you would expect from Atlas.
And the Oscar for Best Environment
goes
to Monstra.
Yes! Yes!
I've been thinking about what you said.
I'll just keep adding them to my hair.
And I took that lie to Salem. The punishment would fall on my head
before yours. If what you said is true.
And I use the password myself.
Stop.
Well, I don't know what happens.
I don't know what happens when this thing activates. So let's see if you're bluffing. I keep saying it a little too early.
I can totally see it, and I gotta say, my choice for best environment didn't even make the top 5. As you'll go through the night, you'll see the top 5 are being read, and my choice for best environment
smells like
was
smoke from the popper
from chapter 4.
That was my second choice.
Specifically, the set that Yang and Ren have their argument in. The setting
yeah, that was gorgeous.
So
I voted it for that best lighting,
that
I think.
Scene. And, you know, as I was saying with the camera work, there's
the camera work, the 360, yeah, you get it.
360 degrees of that set that you see. I think maybe even
it's really good. Plus the snow with the moon in the tundra with that outpost house.
And the
incredible
way that the characters are immersed in it. You know, I'd say the sound design has a lot to do with it too, but it just felt so rooted in that moment. I really love the way that everything went.
This is cool. I really like that we're getting to hear the opinions of, oh, here, let me uncover that for y'all.
As for Monstra, though, gotta admit,
oh, just in time for it to go away. I guess you can pause.
Deserves this win. You know, we are seeing a new set of Monstra almost every time we're in Monstra. We start out with the premiere episode of Volume 8 with Cinder and Neil walking through it.
The freaking people in the audience audio.
What did she get herself into? You know, we see
I learned how to tie a bow tie for this.
The relic room. We see all the way up through the very finale, once Monstra itself is destroyed. We see Salem re-amalgamating herself in what I believe is a deconstructed set from earlier on. But Monstra completely redefined what a location
I'm already loving this.
RWBY
this makes me so
is.
happy.
It is Salem's mobile command center for Volume 8. It's a grim and a location, and it does so much for Salem. So yeah, it deserves this win. So
woo! I didn't expect Monster to win.
Where I am the first of many presenters for this year, so on to the next, and on to the next category.
Woo, what is it?
Good evening, RWBY fans.
Hey, it's y'all.
And I'm Shino. We are both YouTubers and Twitch streamers, and I've been making RWBY content since Volume 4.
And I've been making RWBY content since the Red trailer.
I upload gaming videos and
see, everyone's so ahead.
and I stream a variety of games on Twitch, including Hollow Knight, Sonify Strikers, and Pokemon.
I've been involved in the fandom since Volume 6.
RWBY cosplay. You can see my photos on my Instagram.
But I haven't posted on YouTube until now.
I mainly stream on Twitch, currently playing Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy XIV, Phasmophobia, and soon Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then Spider-Man Miles Morales on my YouTube, as well as the odd RWBY video. You can
I hope I don't run out of party poppers.
PTV or just Shinoop on YouTube.
I mean, or maybe I do, because then that means I win things.
Best lighting at the Ozcars this year, for which RWBY
best
has done
lighting,
an amazing
okay.
job during Volume 8.
The lighting in RWBY has been one of the greatest marks of improvement in the show throughout the years, with Volume 8 being no exception.
Lighting is
I had Tundra first, Nuke Aftermath, Ultimatum, Monster Landing, and then Penny Falling. There were so many. The lighting was phenomenal this year.
The emotions of each scene beautifully, and we're excited to be presenting this award today.
Now, without further ado, here are the nominees for Best Lighting.
I think it's actually very possible.
I have always wanted to defend this kingdom. Its technology.
I feel like it's likely I'll be popping another party popper this one.
Would see it destroyed.
The Tundra's so good.
Our enemy is crippled, but one individual still denies Atlas its salvation.
My mouse is in the way.
The protector
of Mantle.
Nuke Aftermath.
Yes. If this one wins, I'll be just as happy. This is so good. The entirety of this sequence is my favorite thing to ever happen in RWBY. The explosion, the aftermath, the skipping through the ash, the lighting, the color, the sound, the music, like, it was so good. Yeah, that's a good one. Still don't know how she landed at Schnee Manor. I thought maybe that we were gonna have, like, a information about that. Like, you know, like, well, Watts hacked her, or, oh, she tried to get there, but I guess it doesn't super matter. Penny, I love you.
The Tundra Argument.
I hate to break it to you, but that's part of being a huntsman.
Are you kidding? We don't know the first thing about being huntsmen. We clearly weren't ready. Guys,
I mean, you can't really be ready for this. Y'all both have points. I hate that it kind of treated it like Yang was entirely right when everything she just listed there was wrong. I agree with her about a lot of this, but I disagree with a lot of it. Which is the mark of a great scene, but I can agree and disagree with them both. We're stuck out here while Salem has the land and Oscar. We've got no plan, no army. We've got the maiden.
Weiss's room and Storm.
The city won't stand a chance unless we
this is pretty lighting.
It's massive. Way bigger than a Leviathan. What can we even do? Penny launched Amity, and our
she really has a fireplace in her pitch. I know, right?
Wait for someone to come?
No, you don't. You go fight. at Haven, Ruby was knocked out and y'all kept fighting. Have someone stay to look after Nora, and then the rest of you go fight and save lives.
Nuke Aftermath!
Woo! That was my second choice, but it was so close.
Did anyone respond?
No.
Boop. Okay, I have no idea how long
In the interim,
my audio just cut out for.
Plan.
But yay, this one won. I'm very okay with that.
I'm going to rip the maiden power out of Penny Polendina.
Because you're going to bring her to me.
I think we can
3,
all
2,
agree
1.
that the nuke itself was quite an incredible visual element
really
of this volume. Something we certainly haven't seen in RWBY
Nuke,
before.
Ironwood,
And then
Tundra.
all of the scenes following
Cool.
that in the aftermath, the lighting really helps to convey this post-apocalyptic atmosphere.
Congratulations to RWBY and everyone who worked on lighting in Volume 8. A well-deserved win for this scene.
And all-around congratulations to all of the nominees as well.
Hi, my name is Erin. You may
Hey,
also
Puns
know
of
me as
Damage!
Puns of Damage on YouTube. I was a
They're
review
cool.
reactor for volumes 4 through 8, and I started watching the show all the way back at the end of volume 1. Gotta love getting into a show.
And they got
before the
brought
hiatus.
onto the crew for RWBY.
I am a Twitch streamer. I like to
Yeah, it says it right there, never mind.
story-heavy games. I like to cry about them. I am probably most known for crying about Pierre Nikos. I have cosplayed all of Team RWBY. I have cosplayed way too many RWBY characters. And I am most known for cosplaying Pierre Nikos because I am predictable. So, making a show is a very lengthy and collaborative process, and one of the overlooked aspects that can really
I really hope not too much of my audio was cut out from that.
Now, this
Maybe I'll
season
just try to
had no
awkwardly
shortage
dub
of
over it,
visual
who
effects,
knows.
with the post-production team pulling out
Visual
all of the
effects.
stops to give us terrifying sequences with the Hound, to the sheer mystery and mysticism of Ambrosius's domain. With this in mind, the nominees for Best Visual Effects are...
I had Monstrous Death.
Monstrous Death.
Oh wait, no, the nuke, Monstrous Death, Amity Launching, Winter Maiden, oop. Yeah. I think a lot of people got confused and didn't actually watch the video and thought that Monstrous Death was the explosion, which was actually the nuke, and they thought the nuke was the bomb, so I feel like the nuke might not have gotten as many votes as it would have people. Gosh, Nora, I love you, and I'm so glad the scars stayed.
Hurry up, Elm! I can't!
And that scream goes Samantha Ireland. She killed that episode.
The nuke.
Do it.
Jean Oscar killing an ally because they asked you to.
Winter's
Oh, it didn't
anime
include the
slash.
explosion part? I thought that was in the video. Oh well. Yeah, wait, this one made top 5? I thought most people didn't like that one, which I don't really have a strong opinion either way. I do like that transition.
The Winter Maiden.
That was up there, yeah.
This was a gift.
Looks so good. It looks so good. Screw the gun. So the part where the monster actually explodes isn't in this?
And the Oscar for Best Visual Effect in RWBY Volume 8
That's
is
odd.
The Nuke.
Woo! I won right though. Oh, okay, it is this part too. Yes! Another nuke for me. Look how good this is. Again, one of my favorite sequences, if not my favorite thing to ever happen in RWBY. It's that good. I'm so glad that it won.
I think we can
I'm gonna
all
run out of
agree
party poppers.
that the episode was a heart stopper in more ways than one.
Yeah.
And everyone,
That might have
both
been
the
my vote for
characters and the
favorite
audience
episode, or
included,
best
were hit
episode.
with emotional blow after blow after blow after blow after blow until we all longed for death. And what better way to kind of kick off all of the heart-wrenching moments of that episode in all of its majesty than with a sequence absolutely devastating in its calmness and its silence. Congratulations
so
to all
good.
of the nominees. It was really, really hard.
Oh wait, I didn't pay attention to the...
It was such an
I'll
amazing
look at the chart later.
Post-production-wise and story-wise. But visual effects really just have been kicking it off. Everything has
Gotta
come
remember
such
to
a
keep
long
looking
way
over
since
and
the
making sure that this is still
Volume 1.
recording.
And I cannot wait for you guys to see where it goes in the future.
Sal, you...
Tations! Oh my god, Taylor!
Pleasure of being the voice of Penny. I'm a voice actor, a 3D artist,
I love your
an
beta
author,
fish channel.
a YouTuber, and a nerd. I was RWBY for the first few seasons of RWBY, where I made 3D assets, I did art.
I didn't actually know that.
You know who made Nora's pancakes? I did. Torchwick's cane and hat and cigar. Ruby's headphones.
I think I voted
Velvet's
for Taylor for
camera
best
and
lead
glowy
actress.
copycat weapons.
Voice actress.
Suns, nunchuck guns, dorm rooms, ballrooms, ships, city streets, all the lampposts and trees and benches and stuff, and so many other things, but mostly the pancakes.
Yeah, that's what's important.
You can find me over at the Simply Betta channel, where I'm obsessed
Beta
with betta
fish.
and fish tanks and aquascapes and aquatic plants, and I really go in depth into my hobby. You can also find me over at the Tabby Tobacco.
I need Penny to have a pet beta
And I'm going
fish.
to be getting into my VR headset and rhythm games and streams and stuff. Thank you so much to Arnold and Calaxon for inviting me to present a category in the RWBY Volume 8 Oscars. Concept art is a critical part of the creation of an animated series. It's what communicates the vision of the directors.
Concept art. Oh my god. This one, I will be happy no matter what wins.
To work with to create characters,
because I could throw a dart and be happy with that being my first choice. They were all so good.
Scenes. It's one of the foundations of telling a story in a visual medium like an animated series. These are the nominees.
I had the Nuke Blast, Vacuo Desert, Run in the Snow, Bridge, and Penny overlooking Amity. Oh, Ambrosius. Cool. Stop staring at his... I was not.
Bridge, Monstra.
People are like, oh, he's man service or whatever, and I'm like, I mean, I guess he's attractive in like a straight person way.
Mountain chase scene.
Ooh, that is a good concept art. Pay your artist with money, not exposure. Thank you. I'm not an artist, but
Penny
thank you.
overlooking Amity.
That was a good one. God, hearing her voice doing this is really funny. What could possibly go wrong? God, these captions.
Silver-eyed Faunus.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe I was wrong about throwing a random dart, because I guess I'm just more of a slut for the environmental concept art.
And the
Oh, that was it? Okay, I'm not party popping then. But still, they're all really good.
Penny overlooking Amity.
Nice. It is a really good one. That one was up there on mine, I think. Or maybe it was Penny falling. No, it was Penny overlooking Amity. That was my, I think, 4th or 5th choice. I keep seeing that little 1080p thing in the bottom corner, and let me just say mood when I'm trying to like make GIFs or video clips, and then 1080p pops up.
A symbol of hope
Ooh,
in the night
wow.
sky, and we feel good for a minute. Was a lovely, peaceful.
I really liked Run in the Snow. Vacuo Desert was really good too.
Thanks so much to Arnold and Calaxon for having me on this season's
This ain't lasting.
Oscars.
Hello, distinguished guests. Today, I have the pleasure of being one of the many hosts for today's special event. Let me introduce myself. If you don't know me, I'm Lady Stardust, but you can just call me Star. I got into RWBY about 4, maybe 5 years ago, and I've only just now caught up for this volume. It's been amazing to take part of the community events, and this especially. It's been so much fun to join in on the discussion and the theorizing and the waiting, the agonizing waiting for next volume. You may remember me from crying over Roman's death all those years ago, and more recently to being the #1 Ironwood fan. When I'm not screaming over RWBY or other shows and movies that I like to watch, you can usually find me on Twitch trying to survive in Skyrim or trying to not die in multiple video games. I think a pretty accurate way I describe myself is a professional fangirl and screamer of screams. When I'm not screaming at screams, usually I'm either dyeing my hair or changing up my look completely.
Nice. I need to dye my
Speaking
hair.
of looks, from its inception, RWBY has placed great importance on character design, and these character designs are really cool, and they've inspired thousands of people all over the world to cosplay and to dress up as their favorite characters. From the jump,
Wait,
RWBY
was that one
had
of the
dual-worthy character design, hair, makeup, outfits, and weaponry.
Oh, yeah,
It really
it
has become part of the RWBY signature, just like with the plot, with the animation, and with the music. And over the years, this signature has evolved. We've seen characters get new looks, new haircuts, like my favorite, Blake's little Bob, and with these character design changes, RWBY has
best redesign. That's what it was.
As a plot device to show
Nora's Scars was my top one.
Growth. These are the nominees for
Nora's Scars, Winter's outfit, Young Cinder, Emeralds, and then Hazel.
You're here.
Cinder does not deserve you, honey. True. Friendship ended with Cinder. Now my best friend is Oscar.
Hazel.
Go now. Now. I know I said it very early. This man's abs have abs. What is the purpose?
Mercury.
Vacuo. After what I just told you.
I know a lot of people liked Mercury's redesign, but to me it just kind of felt like they added orange. Which is definitely an improvement, but still nothing that I got super hype about.
You can't stop Salem. You told me yourself.
And yeah, he did pack the same jackets.
He failed, and he got
He like came here, had to get Atlas outfits, and then just to go right back. Yes, this was my top vote. This is what I'll party pop for if I get it. It sure was, Nora.
Nora! I'm so sorry.
Winter.
Winter.
That was my number 2.
Until Penny either responds or is standing in front of that vault, we cannot assume her status. Take the Aesops. I want constant updates.
Still so weird that he worked with Watts.
And the Oscar for best redesign goes to Winter.
Nice. I know I've seen some people really hated this design, but I really liked it. I liked the back brace and stuff. I don't know. And I liked her hair. It did make her look younger, and it really emphasized that like she was also thrown into this.
Congratulations to Winter. This one was so well deserved, and it was my personal favorite pick. This redesign took one of the coolest characters and made her even cooler. This volume showed us so many things in character design that we hadn't seen in previous volumes, and RWBY knocked it out of the park with this one. Thank you, RWBY, for working so hard on something that so many people toss to the side and forget.
Agreed. There's
character
so much
that
goes into these
to show character growth and development,
volumes that people don't pay attention to enough.
So thank you to RWBY, and congratulations again to our winner.
Good day, everybody. It is Flaxen and Hunter here presenting the award for Best Merch. You may have already seen me, probably a little bit too much,
yeah, Best
to be
Merch.
honest,
I don't
but
care.
If you don't know,
why
Hunter
is this a category? Freaking capitalism.
We do reactions, discussions, analysis.
I didn't even write
RWBY, but other
my
anime and video
choices for Best Merch. I just picked the Ainley collection for the Alpine team. That was my vote.
We've actually bought. So we are so excited to be announcing the award this evening.
Not only did characters get new outfits this volume, but the fandom also got to dress up in some RWBY Volume 8 merch.
RWBY merch is how we rep our favorite characters, from action-ready Winter and Penny,
like, I don't know.
Metal Nora and RWBY.
So like, what's your favorite way that we can profit off of you?
RWBY Ramen
Not that there's anything wrong with merch, just feels like a weird category for
And don't forget about those pretty
Oscar
glasses and mugs either. You'll want
Like, I
those
didn't
handy
care.
as we toast
I didn't
to
want
the
to vote
winner
for those.
And of course, the nominees. These are the nominees for Best Merch released in Volume 8.
I just picked the Ainley collection.
RWBY
I'm not even gonna
action
party
figure
pop for this
collection.
because I want to make sure I have enough for the character, just in case I got a lot.
RWBY Glass Collection.
So raise a glass if you are wrong.
RWBY Metal Collection.
That's not metal, that's fabric. Not to be confused with metal, yeah. Yeah,
RWBY Mug
okay, yeah,
Collection.
Nora looked badass in her new merch. Not that she isn't always.
The Junior Salem
Yes.
Penny Ainley Collection.
Junior Salem Penny is Oscar written right there. Just always forgot. It didn't even show.
Oscar goes to
The Oscar one was my favorite because he's holding the cane like a dummy.
Junior Salem Penny
Woo!
Ainley Collection.
Are you gonna show the rest of them? Yeah, there's Salem and Penny. Are you just gonna show all of them except for Oscar? Oh, there we go. Look at how he holds the cane. That's not how you hold it, silly. I don't know why they made his skin so white.
Congratulations to the
in that
design team
one.
in Ainley.
It's no surprise surprised that the Ivy collection took home the crown this year. The wall scrolls were absolutely beautiful, and the shirts finally gave fans of Junior, or I guess what's left.
I do like the
Junior
Penny one.
first.
Actually, I think the
They
Penny
love
one might be
Penny,
my
and
favorite.
especially Oscar, an amazing way to rep their faves.
Or mourn
Why
their
can't we
fate.
just call him Team
It wasn't
Alpine?
only
Come
the art
on,
in
I
this
like Phoenix
collection,
Knight's
but the
name.
characters showcased that left an unforgettable impact on
Oscar's
fans.
always like, I felt
We
like I was
can't wait
actually part of the
to see
team,
what
and then
wonderful
the show and
baffling
fandom doesn't
creations the
actually
merch team has in
treat
store
him
for us
that way,
next
which
volume.
is fair.
I'm thinking a Shade Academy sunblock, or Blake Belladonna fish fillet knife, or an alternative reality tropical beach survival kit.
So yeah, imaginary pop.
Hello,
I know
Oscars
y'all.
audience. It's good to see you all. I'm Katie.
I'm Megan.
And we generally do a reaction channel that's RWBY, that's all things Rooster Teeth animation. We also have a horror channel.
I didn't know
where
that.
we do all things horror, and that's where you can see me jump out of my skin if you want to.
Yes, silver screens.
Silver screens.
It's a good time.
And of course, we have the obligatory podcast. We are part of Rooster Team Radio, where we team up with 2 other hosts and again talk about all things Rooster Teeth animation, all things RWBY. We have a very, very good time. We have been fans of Rooster Teeth since early Red vs. Blue.
Yeah, it was like season 3 was what was going on when my older brother initially got me into it, and I've stuck with Rooster Teeth ever since.
And I think
Hey, judgmental critters in there.
The season 1
Sorry, I got
DVD
distracted.
from GameStop way back in the day.
That's where I got it too.
That's how we started. So we've been here for a while. Lucky enough to see the RWBY premiere at RTX, and we've been just in it to win it since then. And we are absolutely honored to be invited to participate in the Oscars and to present here. So thank all of you.
Thank you guys so much. This is so cool.
We're so excited. And without further ado, we'd like to move into our first category.
What is it?
Memes.
Oh yeah.
Social currency. Internet
What did I put for the
hieroglyphics.
meme?
That one thing that you say in real
There
life
were
on
so
accident,
many
and then you
memes
have to spend the next 15
that
minutes
I
explaining
liked
the context.
that weren't on there
Memes.
because
we know
they're
them,
more
we
like
love them. The internet generates them, and we have generated some.
they're more like Twitter memes that they
fantastic
chose, and I'm not really
for
on
this
Twitter
season. Some of them
fandom.
came and went
I'm on the
in the span
Tumblr
of an
fandom,
episode. Some
and
of them
so
stuck around
we
for
had
the
better
long
memes.
haul.
Just saying.
And these are the nominees for best meme. Before, after
Remnants,
RWBY.
Chew Toy, Before After RWBY, Weiss Ejected, Bill, and then T. Marcos. Those were my votes. That it was not enough. Oh no, why did the audio stop? Okay. I also realized that
Bill,
this records
number
slightly
1
after
time.
me, and so I'm gonna be off. Like, I could download this whole thing and then offset it like I do with the episodes, but I don't feel like doing that, so I'll just be off a little bit. Sorry. I love Bill, and I also love that guy.
Remnants Chew Toy.
Compost King goes squeak.
Oscar!
Poor baby. Also, by the way, the whole fruit bee thing that's going on with Blocohnut and everything, we started that. The Ozcar fandom started that. The mid-season hiatus. We ran so y'all could walk. Oscar Lime is supreme. I made cereal edits. I made Cheerios and Theorios.
Weiss Ejected.
I love Nora. I love you, Nora. Nora was the imposter.
And the winner is...
Weiss Ejected.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
If you lie back in the tube and press launch...
Like, I feel like that's one of the funniest moments, but I guess I didn't vote for it very high because it's like, the added part was, I don't know. I think Before After RWBY was like, there was a lot of love put into it, so I voted that pretty high.
Oh my god, 11 seconds of
But the
this
Chew Toy
laugh.
one is the one that made
It's
me laugh
so-
the most.
So good.
It just goes on and
The
on.
thing about this meme is, like, it's exactly what, like, it's the sort of thing where it's like, memes can only exist because of the culture and the time and place in which they're created.
A confluence effect.
Exactly, and that's exactly what this particular meme is.
And we loved the scene when we first saw it. We laughed like crazy when we first saw it. And then Among Us has been the social game of the past year and a half, especially since we haven't been able to be social. So seeing them stitched together in such a perfect way is just chef kiss material.
Absolutely.
Well done. Congratulations, Weiss ejected.
Yeah, it was a
deserved.
good one. I think I just saw it so much.
Sirs and Madams with Sterling.
Sirs
and
and
Cheryl,
Madams!
hello.
Thanks for letting us join you guys. Thank you, Murder of Birds, for putting all this together for us.
Indeed, welcome to the Oscars, you guys. We're super pumped to be here.
Yeah, so just a little bit about Sirs and Madams. We do a lot of reactions to RWBY, obviously, and a few other things. We also do lots of gaming on Twitch and YouTube now. We've been friends for about 10 plus years. I've stopped counting after 7. I lost count.
Dropped the headphone.
Family after 7, it's just, cut it off. But yeah, I think that's part of our dynamic for sure, is that we've all are longtime friends who met through music, through arts, through gaming. We like stuff. We know you like stuff.
I like
so
stuff.
We all share our stuff. That's how it goes.
That sounds
the other
pretty
thing
awesome.
that we do, I think, on our channel, it kind of makes us unusual, is we do RWBY covers. We are a bunch of crazy musicians.
I really want to do a cover of Friend.
To work for the community.
Because that's really fun to sing.
If you're interested in hearing some of our stuff, you can visit our channel and see what we've covered so far. And we've always got stuff in the pipeline, so hopefully we'll have some more stuff soon.
I just got to find a really solid backtrack for it.
Media, film, TV, even a web series like this.
Absolutely.
I cannot play piano that well.
I personally was introduced to RWBY through the music, even before the show. And I think that exceptional songwriting and exceptional performances are really.
Oh, so they're going to do the music one, obviously. Everyone guessed that Sirs and Madams would be the best song one.
Be strong and hit stuff.
I had Sky is Falling, Friend, The Truth, Be Strong and Hit Stuff, and For Every Life. That's my order. This one's real good, though. I cannot wait for the full version. Ignore my singing, I'm trying to be quiet.
For Every Life.
As always. Some heroes choose it's worth it all to risk a fall, fight for also a fun song to sing.
Friend.
I heard a song once, it posed this point of view, that wishes made on stars are likely to come true. Here's my secret, at bedtime every night, I search the sky and hope to find a star who'd send a light to
The sky is falling.
Yes. And the sky is falling. There's also the theory running around that this is an Oscar song because it has very similar lyrics to Fear, and also Every Day Another Dose of Torture. Fear had when you've lost all control, you broke from your soul, and this one says our world lost without a soul, losing all control. Sounds like you should think. When you're finished on the socks, slippers around my feet. Hurry up, you're so slow. You're no good, I hope you know. Life is of no use, and the truth is that no one's ever moved. Oh shoot, I just remembered that I'm way off. So it's gonna be annoying, that part, sorry.
Friend!
Oh, yay! Friend is a good one. Let's make you feel this warm. My wish came true the day that you appeared. Call me friend. An answered prayer. Chance to share the world. Be a girl. I felt done. We finally get a Nuts and Bolts song, and it only happens after. I'm so sorry for singing along. Because I know that it's going to be offset. But I can't help it.
Yay and sad at the same time. But I feel like, you know, all RWBY songs that are the excellent ones are either super heartfelt.
Wow, it was pretty close.
And this song kind of transitions between the two. So
Yeah,
very good choice.
Friend made
fandom.
me cry.
And it was the perfect ending for the volume, just to encapsulate everything. And just, like you said, the bop was just.
That song is part of why I don't want them to bring Penny
choice,
back. That was such a beautiful
Salutations.
closure. Even if I didn't agree with all of Penny's storyline.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and others. My name is Dan, the voice behind that Kaito Dan. And before anything else, thank you so much to Arnold and Cal for inviting me on as one of this year's Oscar Award hosts. This is a fantastic way to celebrate the end of the previous volume, bring the fandom together, and also, most importantly, give love back to the massively talented people behind the show, the RWBY. Every single person involved in the show deserve awards of their own for their hard work, pure talent, and dedication to this series that we all love, especially over this last year or so being the mother of all douche canoes. So yeah, thank you again to Arnold and Cal, and thank you massively to every single person involved in this show.
What category are you gonna
do? And respect. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy who makes all the bad puns on Twitter or on several RWBYtuber live streams. But I'm also a lifelong RWBY fan ever since the initial color trailers, and from Volume 2 onwards, I've been making several RWBY content, including episode reviews and reactions,
so good.
as well as countdowns, news updates, and much more. I also react to several other Rooster Teeth works like Death Battle, recorded by Arizal and Ruby Chibi, and just anything else that I have a fancy in, like Nintendo Directs, State of Plays, and Smash Reveals. But today, I'm here to present a few voice acting awards as an avid fan of the profession.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, because he always gives a voice acting gold star at the end.
You're limited to just one part of your body to bring to life several unique personalities and characters of all shapes and sizes.
I assume it's going to be supporting or minor?
Has expanded that challenge by many talents having to record their lines in unfamiliar territories, like homemade booths, different studios, and if push comes to shove,
they're probably going to leave leading for later, so it's probably best supporting voice actor.
Still, Volume 8 was home to some of the finest performances in the entire series.
I agree.
Including many of the talented gents in this category, proving that there is
a
massive amount of talent in RWBY's long list of voiceover stars.
Christopher Sabat, Dave Fennoy, Shannon McCormick, Mick Lauer, and Howard Wang.
Christopher Sabat as Dr. Arthur Watts.
Given what we're after, I've got all the motivation I need. Sadly, it doesn't make taking down Pietro's magical science project any less cumbersome.
Oh, I trust you can come up with something.
Oh, the trust is palpable.
Dave Fennoy as Pietro Polendina.
Hey, this is so far in order of my votes so far.
I don't care about the big picture. I care about my daughter.
This scene makes me cry, especially the Penny's line.
And you're asking me to go through that again? No. I want the chance to watch you live your life.
Jason Liebrecht as Crow Bronwyn.
Oh shoot, did I not vote him?
Really stings. For the first time in a while, I thought,
did I not give him a place in top 5?
Maybe I could be around somebody.
Maybe he was close.
Anybody, without my semblance making it.
I also really like.
Complicated.
I don't know why, but the one skit he was in Chibi.
It just feels.
I don't know why. Jason Liebrecht as Chibi Crow is so good. I don't know why, but it's so good. So that's
Nick Lauer as Maro Amin.
You call this saving Atlas?
Yeah.
Doing Salem's job for her?
He did some good voice work in this volume.
I believed in you.
We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Better. But now you're throwing it all away. Do you even believe what you're saying anymore? Do any of you believe in anything?
I don't like this joke though. Like it feels
now
like
I
a
see
weird.
What it really is.
A collar. Like, all right, we get it. He's a dog.
As Ozpin.
I'd like to express again that this is my burden to bear, not yours. His grudge is with me.
No, it'll be even worse. He's holding back with me. I can tell.
I understand. I do. But you've done so much already. The least I can do is give you a break and try to get us out of here.
And the Oscar for Best Voice Actor in a Supporting Role goes to Chris Sabat.
Yep, I figured so.
Watts. Congratulations.
There's so many categories left. I don't want to waste my party poppers, but
I could telekinetically do whatever I want.
I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left.
I implanted a virus in her, you dimwit.
Maybe I should though. I should stick with it. Oh wait, he deserves. I should do this color for him.
There seems to be some part of her capable of resisting. Regardless, it's only a matter of time before the mechanical body succumbs to the virus. She'll open the vault, then she'll destroy herself, and our little.
I'm so sorry for my roommate.
Yeah, I think that's a more than deserving winner. You'll probably hear me say there's a lot in these categories. any people nominated for these awards could have easily won it. They've had some fantastic performances.
Shannon got third. That's
over the course
cool.
of this volume. Chris Sabat more than deserved
Just
to win it.
like
himself.
he's an incredible voice actor in the
been
way
on
that he's
fire,
been like
pardon the pun,
sounding,
given the last
making himself
episode,
sound more and more like
with,
Oscar.
his performances
Incredibly
as
done.
was over the whole
It's just he
volume
didn't
and
get to say a
beyond.
lot this volume.
Obviously,
so
like
I
the
had
stand-up
Christopher
performance
higher
is going to be that chef's kiss of a roast against Cinder midway through the volume. Just a fantastic scene that really showed Chris's talent at giving such charisma and vitriol and just arrogance in that kind of like bravado voice of his.
Absolutely.
He's a top-tier talent in the world of voice acting by itself, and that quality just showed immensely in that scene. So, yep, Chris Sabat, you deserve this award, most definitely. Congratulations again. Next up, we have Best Voice Actress in a Supporting Role. Like their male counterparts,
I'm so gonna pop a party popper if May wins.
Of noteworthy performances.
She hands down 100% deserves to win this category. Kaden Jensen.
Scene, and oftentimes stealing it altogether.
Can you guess who I voted for?
Raw passion that gripped our hearts, or brief supportive
I had Kaden, then Anna-Reese, Aaron, Barbara, and Christina V.
These leading ladies showed great skill at making even the smallest of roles leave the biggest impacts. These are the nominees for Best Voice Actress in a Supporting Role.
She was so good. Her range
Daenerys
was so
Quinones as
good.
Harriet
Yes,
Bree.
her scream alone was great.
Of the bunch, but I guess you're just as naive.
She had some bad, not bad, some unfortunate dialogue,
when you lose
but
someone
she
on your team,
nailed it.
You move on. Replace them. Like Marrow replaced Tortuga, and Winter replaced...
All the
Aaron
single
Zek
ladies,
as
why is
Blake
that what it
Belladonna.
says
I
for
know
this
you don't
category?
always
What?
know what to do. but that's never
PogChamp,
stopped you from
alright.
doing something. I was like that as a girl, but time and a lot of other things took their toll on me.
Barbara Dunkelman as Yang Xiaolong.
All of this endless death. Because something bad happened to you once upon a time? Nobody gets a fairy tale ending. Everything I've lost, every person I've lost, is because of you.
And who is it I've taken from you, girl?
Summer Rose. My mom.
Kara Eberly as Wai Schnee.
Snowshoe Shipping
Usually
is an
she
SEC
is
subsidiary.
one of my favorite
Meaning
voice
all the drones
actresses.
here report to the
This
company,
volume, a
not
lot
the
of her
general.
lines fell flat for me. This one was alright. This scene she did
allow
good.
for dust refined in the crater to be sent straight up to Atlas. We just need to find the one.
I feel like a
for
lot of
military
people
base.
vote for their favorite
any
characters
buildings
in
in Atlas that your
categories
family
rather than what they
doesn't
actually
own?
think is best, and that's fine. I think that's good.
Relevant at the moment.
But yeah, Kara did a good job. I
Hayden
just
Jensen
didn't resonate
as
as much.
May
Yes! May
Once
spelled
Robin learned
backwards is
about Mary
yam!
Tower, she wouldn't shut up about it. Wherever she is, I'm sure she would want
You
us
gotta
doing what
include
we can
the
to get it
everyone
up in the air
into the
and get the
mines!
world talking again. Besides, Fiona's got your friends helping out in my stead. Between our secret weapon and my semblance, you all couldn't be in better hands.
And the Oscar for Best Voice
surprised they
Actress in a
didn't use her
Supporting Role
monologue.
goes to
May.
and Zach as Blake Belladonna. Congratulations.
Figures. Oh well.
I know you don't always know what to do, but that's never
Sorry,
stopped you
Aaron's
from
just said
doing
enough,
something.
like, ableist stuff that I
was
just...
like that as a girl,
But I didn't place
but
my vote on that. I
time
placed it based on,
a lot of other things took their toll on
on
me.
the actual voice acting.
And that I wasn't sure if that kind of girl could actually survive in the world.
And she did well in this scene.
Until I met you.
Even if she
It
said
was
some
a
really
little strange
shitty
at
things
first
in her
because you were
career and on
younger,
Twitter
but
and on her streams.
I've always looked up to you, Ruby.
Which I didn't want to think because I
And
love
still
Blake.
do.
But you got to
Again,
acknowledge
just
that sometimes even the people
ladies,
that you like
all of them in this
can
category,
do
just
awful
fantastic
things
performances
and say
around.
bad things.
Especially for me
May
personally, I
deserve
really
to
love the
be
performances
higher.
from Daenerys and Kaden. Just absolutely
Yes,
top
thank
drawer
you.
stuff that really made me invested in their characters.
Thank
the same
you.
can be said for all the ladies in this category. They
Okay, at
more
least she
than
made
deserve
third.
their nominations, let alone the possibility of winning. As for
Aaron won
just
by one vote.
fantastic
Oh my God.
performances all around.
Yeah, I
She's
knew Blake
really
and Yang were
showing,
gonna be near the top.
now that she's lifted off some of the weight of Adam on her shoulders, that Blake can be a very sincere, very supportive character. We got that fantastic moment with RWBY that showed that underneath all her own stress and strife, she can be the support that other people need. And obviously that scream is gonna live long in my head when Yang fell. That's gonna be like one of those standout lines and performances that's gonna live long in the memory.
Harriet's
and
scream
that just shows that
lives
Aaron
in my
just
memory,
absolutely
for sure.
kills getting right down
Aaron's
to the heart and
Yang
emotion of a
was
scene.
not as
just a fantastic
intense as I expected, but
just
maybe
an
it would have hit me harder
brilliant showing from Ms. Zek.
if I didn't A, already expect for Yang to
Now
fall,
move up a level
and
to
B,
best voice actor
oh wow,
in
you're
a
doing
leading
all of
role.
these right now,
Anyone
okay.
that has tested themselves away from the mic just as much, if not more, than their characters' thrilling arcs have made them in front of the mic.
Okay.
These actors, over the course of the whole volume, took charge with consistent grade A performances.
Are we paying this guy
proving their
overtime, or-
genuine award-winning
I'm so glad
talent,
Dan's doing so
be they
many.
seasoned veterans or relative newcomers to the acting scene. Whether it was performances that made the pain of suffering sting all the more, further
I really do
celebrated
feel like
moments
Aaron
of
Dismuke
massive
deserves
growth,
this one.
or just entertained us over
Very
every
much.
bump on their rise and falls.
Outside
These
of my
nominees
bias and
did
love for
every
Oscar,
single task
he
their
did
way,
so
their
well.
very best.
That
And I can say in
scream?
full confidence, mission accomplished.
And
These
the
are the
ability to make him
nominees
sound
for
more
Best
like Oscar
Voice
while still
Actor
sounding
in
like
a
Oscar
leading
and still
role.
being himself and everything.
Aaron Dismuke
Yes!
as Oscar Pine and Ozpin.
You see, that is why she came for you.
This is odd.
Because she could make you believe that this is what you needed.
This is what you deserve.
Oscar Protection Squad, where were you? We were trying! We were in a Discord. Haven't done what you've done for justice. See, listen how Oz is doing the Oscar dropping off the at the end of his sentences. Help you. He's doing the
Jason
thing.
Rose as General James Ironwood.
Yeah, he won last year.
One bomb. That's all.
He did a good job.
If there is no mantle, then there is no reason for you not to work with me. Neither
I
of
just
us
enjoyed
wanted
his
to come
performance last volume better, I think, but that might have to do with his dialogue.
If anyone tries anything other than what I've ordered, Mantle is gone.
You have 1 hour to respond.
Miles Luna as Jean Arc.
He did do a very good job. I'm surprised they're not doing the...
And I'm glad I had people around.
Man,
me
Aaron
that
Dismuke
were
they only did
supportive.
for the Oz voice, they
was
didn't do
bigger than
Oscar.
that
That's
mistake.
fine.
You've got people around you too. You don't have to force yourself to be strong.
Vomit Boy has come
More
such a
you hide
long
from what
way.
you're
Yes,
feeling,
he has.
More
He has indeed.
alone you're going to feel.
Neith Ohm as
He did
I
real
Ren.
good.
And by keeping her from opening the vault for Ironwood, we're just trapping the whole city.
See, like, Best
for sale.
Actor has, like, the absolute mad lads, and then for Best Actress, it's like, all the single ladies, right,
We
girls?
should just give Ironwood what he wants? Abandoned Mantle?
Haha,
You
we're
think
girls,
Alice
and
still
we're
gonna be able to
based on our
float to
fucking...
safety now
whatever,
that
I'm
she's
not.
here?
I don't know, but these aren't the kinds of decisions we should be making because we have no idea what we're doing.
Okay, I'm so sorry I'm talking over this.
Cut it out. I'm just saying what nobody else
It's just, this is such a good
We're
scene.
way over
Way
our
over our heads.
Ruby is
barely more than a kid. I'm just an orphan from the middle of nowhere. You cheated your way into Beacon.
William Orendorff as Hazel Reinhardt.
Stop lying!
Salem can't be killed.
Poor Oz, poor Oscar.
I killed her over and over again. The longest she was gone was only a few
God,
hours
freaking beat him to
before she
bleeding.
put herself back together.
And everyone's like, I like Hazel, he redeemed himself. It's like, okay, him sacrificing himself, good. But that doesn't make
Showed me that through her.
like a white... whatever. It's still child abuse and torture.
In a leading role goes
Come
to
on, Aaron.
Jason Rose
Ah, yeah,
as
figures.
General James
Oh, well.
Ironwood. Congratulations.
Good job,
sir.
Jason Rose.
Hello, Penny.
I don't know, I just didn't feel like he had as much range, I guess.
Tell me where you are, and I'll have you picked up
Which
right
isn't a fault of his, it wasn't
Atlas needs
highlighted,
you,
I guess. He did really well, just...
Salem is here.
She's not going anywhere until you change your mind about Mantle. There's still a chance for Remnant to be...
You're still worried about Mantle? Remnant is doomed, Ruby. Unless we leave, Salem will destroy Atlas, and with it, any hope humanity has left. We need to think about the future. If she makes it through her defenses, everything that follows will be on your hands.
yeah, I think Jason more than deserved this award. And
Oh,
again,
man.
all of these guys could have easily have gone in themselves.
Okay, that was
I wanna
really
give
close.
Big
That
praise
was-
as well to Neef. I think
That was
he's
like 0.2%
really evolved
different
over
between
the
Aaron and
years
Jason.
as
Okay,
Ren. Just
I can accept
fantastic
that.
stuff. And this volume, he really got to throw himself into some very unfamiliar but still entertaining emotions and tones, and he absolutely killed it. Same
I
for
like fake
William,
party popper for that.
Aaron, and Miles.
Woo!
They just all did a fantastic job. But as for Jason, I mean, the guy has absolutely brought the character to life in
Yeah,
a way
for
that
sure.
I think few others could. He really knows how to balance between strong and intimidating versus fragile and paranoid. And
I do
this
agree
volume,
with that.
we've seen the full gambit. We've seen him strong. We've seen him fearful. We've seen him paranoid. We've seen him angered. We've seen him
making good
creepy
points.
and chilling. The guy has an absolute masterclass performance rate with every single expression and emotion. It's like I'm really respectful.
I'm interested
of
in how
Jason's
they decided
performances
which clips
over
to
the
show
years,
for
and this
these,
volume's
because
just
I
been
would have picked different ones,
insane.
but that's
One of
the
my
thing, it's
favorite
subjective.
Performances from him is, I believe,
In the sense of
Ultimatum, where we
subjective
got
as to which
two
things hit the
different
most,
laughs
etc.
from him over the course of like a few seconds, and he Jason just twisted enough with enough of a more like darker edge to it that it sounds so different, so you can tell that this is the point when Ironwood has well and truly gone off the deep end.
Yeah.
They're trying to save
It's just,
me.
it's so cartoon villainy. Not his fault.
This has always been about Mantle, hasn't it?
It's been about mental, like...
I need to make a call.
Just
Like, how does he not remember? It feels like he forgot all of Volume 7 sometimes. Ironwood, not Jason.
Absolutely fantastic job. Respect to you, good sir. And finally, for me, we had Best Voice Actress in a Leading Role.
I had
Each
Taylor,
of these
Elizabeth,
immensely talented
Samantha,
women
Jessica,
made
to Jen.
gold out of their characters' most enticing and,
And
layered content.
Taylor
in
and
recent
Elizabeth,
years.
I could
Many of
switch
whom
off,
having
honestly.
to branch out into vastly different material than what's attributed
Like,
to their
if either of them
characters.
win, I'll be
And
happy.
yet these lot took to these uncharted waters flawlessly, showcasing their range with equal skill
Because
to their
security won't
already
leave.
richly praised work in the past.
I'm so
From
glad
tender
Dan
or
is doing the
fragile
voice actor
to
ones.
bold or chilling, whatever the scene, these leading
He always
ladies
has so
did
much
not
to say
hide
about how
away
good
from the
voice
spotlight
actors
of
are.
center stage, but instead stood proud and showed us all why they earn that spotlight, and why without them, many of our favorites lose a core piece of what makes them truly special. These are the nominees for Best Voice Actress in a
Let's see what
Leading
the,
Role.
what the title thingy says.
Elizabeth Maxwell as
Leading
Winter
ladies lead the
Schnee.
way. Alright, that's allowed.
Is
I'm
anybody
gonna kill my
receiving
boss
these
today.
messages? Can anyone report status on the evacuation? I've never wavered in fighting the enemies of this kingdom.
Her scream when Weiss fell.
And I won't start now.
Jen Taylor as Salem.
Our intensifies. Stop making those jokes.
Like
that face he makes where he like recognizes her when she touches him.
One of you is
that's
going to tell me what you know.
like he's
I
like
don't much care if it is you or Ozma.
He remembers her.
Anyway, I'll finally have the relic.
Lindsay Jones as Ruby Rose.
We want you to make a new version of her, using her exact same robot parts.
Yeah,
That
Lindsay
was
did really well this volume too.
Curiously worded, girl.
They do really
An exact
well a
copy
lot
of her
at the
would
time.
include
I
the
just was
virus.
saying that this because this
An
is what
exact
this
copy of her without
reward
the
show is
virus
about.
would
Is this
cease to
filing.
exist the second you make something else. And we kind of want to keep her around longer than
She,
that.
they did so well in
Samantha Ireland as Nora Valkyrie.
We've been together our whole lives, but I feel like I understand him less now than ever. And I don't know if that's his fault or mine. I don't actually know who I am. Without Ren. Pretty sad.
God, this scene kills me.
Taylor McNee as Penny Polendina.
We'll cross the bridge, then go left,
Left,
straight,
straight,
right,
right,
straight, left, up,
I'm
up,
not gonna
right,
do that
straight,
'cause I'm
right,
off
right,
of the
straight,
thing.
left, left. And my name is Penny.
And the Oscar for Best Voice Actress in a
right,
Leading
Penny,
Role
let's go.
goes to Taylor McNee.
Woo!
Penny Polendina. Congratulations.
And after the launch, I'll return to help you all with the evacuation.
God, yeah, just
They need me here.
but Dad, I'm trying to kills me.
we all have to do some things we would rather not.
Taylor,
Elizabeth should be next, right?
Job
yeah.
With a character that is usually very strict on the one-note, chipper and bright-eyed personality.
Yeah, she brought so much depth and variety to her
volumes alone, and in this volume especially, we've really seen the range of emotion in the character and in Taylor's performances. Again, any of the other ladies in these categories could have easily won them themselves, but I think Taylor just absolutely like shot to the stars and shined bright with how well she's able to explore Penny's want of being able to make her own choices and all the desperation in her voice. We've seen her
I wonder
feel
how
more human.
award shows will deal with
sad.
gender
We've seen her angry.
later
We've seen
on in
her
the future.
Desperate for just attention, for respect.
I mean, award shows are
And
kind
just
of
that
messed
one,
up conceptually.
Like, tender moment where
Not
she's
like this. This
hugging
is,
Ruby and she asks, "Do hugs always feel this warm?" At that moment, you really feel that Penny has finally gained herself of a humanity that she's desperately wanted.
I hate. You've already heard me complain about that probably
just how human she is, and
she
Taylor
was already human. That's the point of her character.
Fantastic performance, really making her so
was.
endearing, so charming, but also so bold and brave.
I don't know. That just made me sad.
Protector
That's all.
of Atlas. She is the
Protector
kind
of
soul
Mantle.
underneath the metal skin. She is one of the most endearing, sweet.
That's the thing is like she's not underneath the metal skin
in the
like
entire
that.
Series,
She
went
is
out with a performance
a
that
person.
broke me in several ways, and that just showed
absolutely
not only just like great writing for the character, but the writing is elevated by Taylor's beautiful, sincere, genuine performance, and massive respect to Taylor. Much love to you, and everyone has been nominated in these categories. Congratulations to all the winners and everyone who was nominated.
Sirs and madams, it's Cheryl.
Oh, back to
and
you,
Sterling.
shooting the
We're
score.
back. Hi, we missed you. So, this next category coming up, before we present it, we want to give a special shout out to the two people who made the voting process possible. They poured through over 50 scores over the course of RWBY this season to make sure that the best
score, let's
ones were available for you guys to vote.
Of course they're doing the score as
everybody
well.
who watches our channel knows I suck at the English language. We just want
Cinder's
to give a shout out
Question,
to
Winter's Gift,
Mitchell.
Atlantis,
And Sarah.
Osmond's
So thank you
Speech,
guys
and
very
Penny's
much for your
Choice. Those were my
contributions.
votes.
We hope we do you justice.
Cinder's Question.
When it comes to storytelling, one of the most important aspects of TVs and movies is the score.
I'll
The
talk
score
about
is
it
one
when
of
it
the most
shows.
important threads when you're weaving a tale.
And without the character even saying anything, the music going on in the background can make you laugh, cry, or even tell you what's going on in the character's head as they're doing the scene.
And sometimes a piece of music in RWBY specifically will make you remember an exact scene, an exact moment, and an exact time in our characters' journeys. Here are the nominees for Best Episode Score.
After the Fall.
Oh yeah, this one's really good too. I guess I don't know what. I guess I just didn't make it on my.
Atlantis.
Yep. Doesn't that look kind of like the Pools of Creation, like the mountains range surrounding it and the central area where the tree would have been? Just saying, which is weird because I always thought that it would be on Anima, so maybe it's just a superficial similarity. Yes! The combination of Penny's and Winter's leitmotif has always been so good, with her carefree energy and her grounded, weighted one that reminds you of the Atlas leitmotif, showing you the weight of this moment and the levity of it. It's so good.
Oh, Penny.
The Hound Reveal.
Take.
Yeah. The Hound leitmotif is also pretty good.
The girl. Take the girl.
Do 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 do.
Take.
It's a lot slower than it is in earlier bits. My bad. Go with
Winter's Gift.
Yeah, this one was my second, right? Yeah, it was. And Cinder's Question. Please let Cinder's Question have made it because It's so good. The way that it builds and swells, and then all things must, or not all things must die, but Cinder's leitmotif plays in a long, drawn-out note with her fire dancing in her hand, and then it cuts out, and you just hear the ringing of one last note as all the dead bodies are there. That's so well done. It was so well done. The reason Ozpins was in there for me is because it ended with Oscar's leitmotif playing, and I think that was tied in emotionally and thematically super well.
The Hound Reveal.
Oh man, it wasn't even nominated. Wow. Wait, really? Okay, this part makes sense. The silver-eyed warriors for Salem that's being said in the background, that's really good. I'm surprised Cinder's question wasn't even on there. That hard cut was so good.
A person.
And like the music accompanies it, it's just beautiful. I have 5 party poppers left.
So this music added so much to that scene, I think, because it was just heavy going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, and the music really brought you in and showed you exactly what you need to pay attention to.
Okay, that didn't work. I just wanted to keep up the theme, but I'm not going to try to pour it.
Thank you to everyone in RWBY who worked on this amazing music.
Oh, that was very watered down, little bit of Sprite.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't check.
See you next time.
Whatever, I'll find it.
Hey everyone, I am Phoenix Knight, a fan of RWBY for over 6 years now, getting into it just after Volume 2
I love
aired,
his theories.
and someone with far too many ideas about the show in his head.
He just did his ship poll as well.
A little over 3 years ago, I decided to put that to good use and started making review videos for each episode.
Oscar won the best
airing.
boy poll though, so I hope he might win best
videos, branching into
leading
analyzing
character.
the different characters and semblances, the different interactions in the show. So much so that
And
it's
OCs.
branched into
He does a
creating
really good
my
job
own
with
original
OCs.
characters set in the world of
Yeah,
RWBY,
there we go.
and
His Team
following
Seraph.
their ongoing story on my YouTube channel, even going so far as to create a tournament
Look at
based
him all
around the Vital
snazzy in his
Festival with
jacket.
all of the different characters in the RWBY series. And this year, even branching into using all of your original characters as well in their own tournament, something that will be decided through the ongoing original character contest that is currently going on my channel until the end of May. So if you're watching this, you might have a chance to get involved. But right now, we are hosting the Oscars, and it is my pleasure to host 2 of the categories this year.
Nice.
Thank you so much to Murder of Birds and Klaxon for giving me this opportunity, and thank you to all of you who participated in this wonderful event. With every new episode of RWBY that airs, there's always this sense of wanting more after it's over, and Volume 8 took that to a whole other level. Following the events of Volume 7, each episode of Volume 8 built on the
Left you wanting more, as in a lot wasn't
of the overall volume.
resolved at all,
Every
but that's
episode
okay.
had
We'll see
so
what
much
happens in
work
Volume
put into
9.
it, and it's so apparent
Although-
that everyone who worked on it
Whatever,
wanted it
I'm
to
not
be
gonna complain.
the best that it could be. I hope everyone who worked on it is proud of their efforts, because we as fans couldn't be happier with the end result. I personally think
I don't know about that.
Volume 8 is one of, if
I could
not
definitely
the
be
best
happier,
volume
but
of
I do
RWBY
think
so
it's
far,
my-
and I
it's
really look
definitely my
forward to
favorite.
seeing where everything goes in the future. But for now, we will see what episodes of Volume 8
There's a lot that I feel like could have been done better,
These
but like
are your
that's going to be the
nominees
case no
for
matter
best
what.
Episode.
Chapter
Best
9,
episode.
Witch.
Witch! I can't remember if I had Witch or Ultimatum first. I will pop a party popper for either one. Daddy Hazel to the rescue. Gosh. I watched Crumbling Cube's video, and they were like, of course Hazel has to steal Oscar's moment. Our boy keeps getting robbed of his moments. And it's true, because everyone just remembers Hazel from this episode, despite it being incredibly Oscar Oz-centric. Which is fine and fair. It's just, everyone loves Hazel too. I don't understand the love for Hazel. He's awful. Yeah, 10, okay. Either of these win, I'll be happy and I'll pop a thing.
What?
Winter allowed them to go on board the creature to rescue their friend.
This is the episode that had the nuke explosion. And then the Watts and Cinder argument, and then the argument in the tunnels with Team Joyride and Emerald. And then the reuniting scene, and then the ultimatum at the end.
Now I have nothing!
Chapter 12, Creation.
Do hugs always make you feel this warm inside?
Sorry, I just had to repress the urge to fake, like, hurl. Which is so mean. If you watch my drunk tier list, I went off about this episode. There's so much, like, pacing-wise, writing-wise, cinematically, And like some of the animation even, which I'm fine with. I don't really care when there's like animation errors and things. That's not my thing. I don't care. I think as long as the product makes sense and tells a good story, awesome.
Chapter 13.
But I was so mad about it. I was so mad about Chapter 12. Least favorite episode, possibly of RWBY ever. Possibly. Actually, no. There's Lost. From Volume 6, Chapter 9.
You simply can't do it alone.
It's not always about like how. This would have hit me so much harder if I didn't already expect them to fall. Because Ambrosia said, "Do not fall." I was like, okay, they're falling into another world, obviously. But yeah, if Witcher Ultimatum wins, I'm popping this baby. Because those were two of the best episodes of RWBY ever.
And the Oscar for Best Episode goes to Chapter 14, The Final Word.
I guess that's the freshest on people's minds and stuff, and like, you know, it's the finale. Fair enough. I want to look at the rankings, though. I'm kind of surprised. I thought a lot of people didn't like this episode. This was the one that I saw getting the most hate on social media. Which, I enjoyed it. I cried. There's a lot that was frustrated to me, but like, I enjoyed the episode itself.
Volume 8 was structured, with the siege of
which was
Atlas
second?
starting at the beginning of the volume and culminating in everything that we saw.
I thought Ultimatum was going to be a lot higher.
The hacking of Penny, forcing Team RWBY and everyone to get the Relic of Creation and
ultimately abandon
which was second.
Atlas,
trying to save as many people as they could. And the episode itself had everyone on the edge of their seats. Who is going to fall? Who is going to survive?
Final Word was
the
not
volume?
even on my
And
list.
Don't even get me started about the cliffhanger at the ending. You want to talk about leaving us off so we wanted more? We ended with Wonderland, not knowing the fates of
not sure which was first. Then War, Amity, and
honestly,
Fault.
this episode should go down as one of the most iconic episodes in RWBY, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this will take us in Volume 9.
Hello everyone,
Critter!
My name is the Judgmental Critter. I'm super jazzed to be a part of the Oscars, and thank you all for voting and for watching this right now. Just thank you so much. As for who I am, I do RWBY reviews, I talk about lots of different stuff like character designs, I make redesigns, I take a deeper look at cinematography, I have RWBY supplemental material, RWBY fan-made animations, and just a whole lot more. A real grab bag of RWBY stuff going on over here.
True.
RWBY's got a massive cast of colorful characters, both
Watch
figuratively and
Critter's
literally.
video
and
on
every
Chapter
year,
12,
RWBY delivers us
and
a
that
bunch
does
of
not
brand
even
new
cover
characters
the
who
thing that I
always
hate the
end up
most about
becoming
it.
our new favorites. With a show like RWBY, who has a
But like
near
it does
constant
cover about like a
rotating
lot of
cast
the writing
characters,
reasons that
it's
it
important for the fresh
falls
new
flat.
faces to leave a strong enough
Not just falls
impact
flat,
to
but is a
still
huge
resonate with
detriment to the
audiences,
volume.
even amidst the old, well-loved classics. This category proves how a character can leave their mark on the show and end up beloved by fans, no matter how new they are to the series. These are the nominees for Best New Character. Ambrosius.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. Oh right, Best New Character. I had Ambrosius, Fiona's uncle, Rhodes, Madame's stepsisters. I don't really care about Madame or the stepsisters, or even
All I
Rhodes.
say is it better be worth it after my last project.
So they will remember this.
A pedestrian.
Fiona's uncle.
Look, watch Oscar wave at him.
Crap.
Because he gave him soup.
We'll handle it.
It's just cute, that's all.
You're to make sure the laundry is folded.
Thought it was
the dishes
Madame,
are spotless,
like
and the
the
floors
French
are
with
clean
an
enough
E.
to eat off.
Madame.
Now hurry
Monsieur.
and get to your chores.
I guess I didn't pay attention to the credits close enough.
Rhodes.
I've seen you around, and I think it's safe to say you're not getting the most fair
treatment. Yeah. Get her out of there.
You don't know what
But hurting them isn't going to make your life any better. You can run, but you're gonna be running for the rest of your life.
The stepsisters.
You missed a spot.
You missed
assholes. They didn't deserve to be killed. Madame, I don't blame Cinder for killing Madame. Killing the stepsisters though, and killing Rhodes.
And the Oscar for Best New Character goes to
Ambrosius. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'll pop a blue one for him.
I suppose I could do a little add a touch of... But if I do that, how much of the old painting would be my work and how much
And
would be...
her? He was the saving grace of chapter 12.
This is all very
for me.
exciting. And
Obviously,
very
people
dangerous.
enjoy different
I
things,
don't
but
know
I'm
what
just...
the results are going to be.
Chapter 12, my beloved.
We believe in her.
Ambrosius was the only good thing about it. Actually, that's probably not true. I did enjoy like the fight. Be strong and hit stuff was good.
Ambrosius is such a top-tier best boy. I'm not too surprised he won. He almost immediately won me over with his flippant, carefree demeanor,
I thought
which
Fiona's
is a
uncle was
very
gonna be
fun
second.
contrast compared to Jin's more serious nature.
Maybe that's
From
just
the
'cause
way
he was my
rolls
second.
around, swinging his feet
But yeah,
back and
this is
forth
valid.
playfully, or how he eagerly zips around as he starts envisioning his next biggest creation.
Yeah.
It's Ambrosius's little mannerisms that really elevated him to be above and beyond. His design is like really striking and memorable.
I remember
which
the
is cool
chapter
because
12 review,
the
and you also
similarities
thought
between him
Ambrosius
and
was
Jin
the
is
good
a lot
thing
of fun
about
to
that
see,
chapter.
but I like how he still looks
Critter
uniquely
hated the fight a
himself,
lot more than
even
I
though he
did. I didn't
shares
hate the fight.
Similar color palettes and like concepts with Jin. Ambrosius really does feel like his
Like, yeah,
own
it had
character,
problems, like
and
the
that's
characters'
really
mouths
awesome.
weren't moving when
and
they
it
screamed,
helps that his voice
but,
actor
like,
did just an amazing
whatever.
job. You can tell everyone who worked on Ambrosius had fun with him. The voice actor,
Yeah.
the animators, the writers, everyone who worked with Ambrosius was having fun, and it helps make Ambrosius feel fun. His energy is very infectious. He's funny, he's
I agree.
personable, he's a little bit of a tricky trickster. I love him. You know, he thinks real highly of himself, but also, like, he's a cool guy. And I just can't wait to see him again. I can only imagine his sassy personality would be a lot of fun, bouncing off of the more grouchy, serious characters like Cinder and Salem. Let's give it up for Ambrosius one more time. Thanks again for watching and participating in the
he's a
Oscars for
character.
Volume 8. Now then, let's dive into the next category.
Hello again,
Hey, it's back to
RWBY
you guys.
fans. Hello again, Oscar viewers. I'm Katie.
I'm Megan.
And we are back with another category, and this one is
We gotta see if
near and
Oscar
dear
or
to our
Oz
hearts.
wins an Oscar.
So let's take a moment
The namesake.
and talk about the Grimm. Now, as we mentioned in our previous category, we are horror
Best New
fans.
Grimm.
She's a horror fan, and I'm here for it.
I think the Hound
And that
is
means
gonna take
we
it. Like,
love
I mean, come
the
on.
Grimm. Your favorite
So I
thing
had
that
Hound,
RWBY does
Ravager,
when it turns
Centaur,
into a horror
Silverfish.
movie.
Absolutely. That is RWBY when it's at its finest, or at least most enjoyable to me, is when it goes full horror movie.
Yeah.
And a peak factor in that is the Grimm, the monsters that roam the realms of Remnant. As always, we have some wonderful new Grimm, and if you've watched our channel, if you know us, you know that we like to nickname them. For example, the Wyvern is
Kevin!
and the Leviathan
Yeah,
is
Nessie.
and of course the Knucklevi is
Jim and Randall.
Jim and Randall.
I knew about Kevin.
Although I couldn't tell you off
I
the
just
top of my
remembered
head which is
Richard
which.
being what people called Monstra.
Jim's the guy, Randall's the horse.
I think that was it.
That
yes.
was it. Because Randall had no dialogue.
I'm just tying
he
the
just
party
screamed.
popper strings together in my hands.
Of course, Volume 9
I need to get
has
my
given
ADHD
us
meds.
a bevy of incredible
It's Sunday, I
new
can't call
Grimm
today.
to watch and name and fear, but mostly name. And of course, we would like to present the nominees for Best
There's only
New
4.
Grimm.
But yeah, so let's do it.
Senator.
Why did
Why do you get more disgusting?
I don't know if you can hear me. But I need you, RWBY.
The Hound.
Yoink. Ren, you gotta stop doing that attack. It has never gone well for you. Not once.
Wait! It's using Oscar as a shield!
But Grimm aren't that smart.
Ravagers.
I'm honestly amazed Ren survived. Yeah, the Ravagers just started scooping up people. They had the highest death count that we got to see. I wish we'd gotten to see more civilian casualties so we could really feel the impact of this being a war. But yeah, that one did a good job with that.
Sulfurfish.
Oops. You buffering? No. Oops. Oh well, it's fine. I'll be a few seconds behind. It's okay.
And the winner is...
Can we get a drum roll?
The Hound, obviously. You don't even have to turn it around. How many categories are left? I don't want to waste my poppers. I only have 3 poppers left. I'm saving them.
I know.
You're here. Jason did a good job voicing.
We love the Hound so much.
I'm so excited. I mean, in some ways, I had no doubt that the Hound was gonna win.
Oh yeah, the Hound was the standout Grimm of this season, and of course, in keeping with our naming tradition, the Hound somehow went through 4 names for us. Started as Ditto because he was a shapeshifter, turned into Krampus because he took away children, and then it became Soylent because Soylent Hounds are people, and John Doe because we don't know who's in there. So any one of those works, but we love the Hound.
So much. I always appreciate, again, when RWBY goes full horror movie, and also just the uniqueness of each Grimm that encapsulates, like, the horror of the world of Remnant. And we got that with the Nuclevi, we got it with the Apathy, and, like, the Hound, I think, is, like, I think the Hound
next step in this evolution of horror.
It's taken the horrifying elements of Grimm and taking it to its logical conclusion.
Oh, I would say logical next step.
That's true. The show's not over yet.
One fear, except the fear is Salem.
13. There's 13 categories left, and I have 3 party poppers. Yeah, I gotta space them.
Krampus, Soylent,
only for the ones
John
that
Doe,
I get
the
like
Hound.
super hype about.
You
The rest I'll give
deserve this
applause
win.
and stuff.
And thank you to everyone who voted. Thank you for
I
inviting
didn't think
us
I'd win
on.
this many, so.
We had a fantastic time. Thank you for watching.
Hello, and once again,
Raijin.
I am Raijin Rising, here to present to you the results for Best Male and Best Female Character in a minor
role. Okay.
Though you would not find this category in the typical theatrical awards show, Best Characters in a Minor Role is really great to have, so that every character, no matter what part they play in the plot, can get their due, can get their time and be awarded
I don't think I'm gonna
for
win
it,
these.
when
That's
they
okay,
might
though.
not be big enough to be considered for the supporting role category. You know, they may only get a couple lines, or they might be in only 1 or 2 episodes throughout the entire volume, but they make their
I don't think
mark
Whitley was
on
in
the
this category,
story
you guys.
nonetheless.
He wasn't.
And that's worth considering. So to start, these are your nominees for Best Male Character in a Minor Role. Ambrosius.
So she isn't. I'd love to meet whoever did this. Ah, I see.
Ambrosius is probably gonna win.
There's something
I feel
in
like.
the way to her.
Who did I have?
I'm guessing you think
I
you
had
have
Tyrion,
some
Ambrosius,
clever plan to save her.
Klein, Mercury,
Just know,
Rhodes.
I will give you
Sorry,
exactly
Tyrion's
what you
great.
asked for, and I don't want any complaining
He did
when
great.
It's not what you wanted.
And his voice actor did
Klein
great. They did
Sieben.
amazing.
Miss Schnee, I heard there was a patient here who needed my help.
I am so sorry, Klein. It's my fault that Father.
So this is what I mean about Kara's voice acting this volume. It just didn't hit the same. Which I think she finished
Mercury
first,
Black.
so like,
Those are
you know,
Salem's
maybe
new
rushed,
orders.
maybe other things, who knows.
And I know better than to disobey Salem.
Volume 8 speedrunner.
Look, even if what he said was true, you can't stop Salem. You told me yourself. Hazel tried. He failed, and he got in line. Big guy's not gonna pick fights he can't win. Neither should we.
Rhodes.
How old are you?
10.
And you want to be like us. You want to be a huntress.
Jessica did really well this
And
volume.
we've got about 7 years
And I think she's shown a lot last volume as well.
to train you for the
But I'm
hunting
surprised she
exam.
didn't like place.
Tyrion Kalos.
Tyrion!
So devoted to someone so
Vacuo.
incompetent. Well, the
A
good
poisonous
doctor
desert creature in
advancing the
Vacuo with a
memorable
character
goddess,
partially based on the Little
dismembering
Prince.
the
What
very
could
body
go
of this
wrong?
kingdom. You were merely atoning for past failures.
They're not gonna kill Oscar, don't worry.
And the Oscar for Best Male Character in a Minor Role
But
goes
Tyrion might
to
poison him.
Ambrosius.
Ambrosius yet called it,
Well, everything appears to be in
which is a
order.
perfectly valid
You
winner.
were quite thorough. Disappointingly so.
So, it's done.
Yeah.
He's fun.
Oh, and one last point of clarification about this central location
A
of
well-earned
yours.
win.
Do not fall.
That is not clarification, sir. That only adds more questions.
Okay, and with that dire warning,
As Oz said, he is quite the character. And
He's a character.
honestly, I didn't think we would see him. We have the staff holding Atlas up, so clearly if the spirit in the staff is necessary
got
to
there.
be
That's
seen,
fair.
we need a good enough reason. We need to be
I just thought
okay
he did
with
really well
putting
this volume,
an entire
even though he
kingdom's
had
worth of
very
lives
little
at
to do.
risk to be able to use
But
it.
that's,
And I
yeah,
think that
personal. I did not
ultimately
expect him
it
to
came
win.
out very well. And his voice acting is great. His animation is great.
My
I love
feet
the
are falling
animation that
asleep.
happens
Oh,
for the
no.
different Relic spirits because
What's an envy to
floating and they
do?
have so many different particle effects and visual effects, and so the animation that happens with them on top of already, you know, being different from a character who's rooted by gravity, they're just so expressive regardless. So it's always great to see them. And of course, for the rest of the nominees, it was great to be able to see Klein again.
I hope my headphones
Mercury
don't die.
and Tyrion. I have the sense that with Mercury and Tyrion, their scenes in Volume 8, or rather, their one scene at the end of, I believe, Chapter 7, that is going to be
Chapter
so
7.
important when we get to the Vacuo arc, whenever that
Of
is.
course
That's
she
going to be
is.
so important to
You're
really
surprised.
remind ourselves that this is where
Salem
their
is
character
destruction
arcs come from.
incarnate.
This is where Tyrion is at. This is where
So
Mercury
good,
is at.
so
because I
good.
feel like we're going to need to call back to this scene. But that's all I have about really
Our
to say
mistress
for the
wishes
male
to see
characters
the
in the minor
end
role.
of it
So
all.
now, these
Sorry,
are
I
your
can't shut up.
nominees for
I just am
best
physically
female
incapable
character
of shutting
in
up.
a minor role.
Okay,
Elm,
Joanna,
Ader.
Fiona, Elm, Maria, Willow. That's what I had.
Graduating in Mantle. Why did you just let me do my job? Because you're our friend. And we won't let you go through with this.
Fiona Time.
No, Crimson, I need you and your team over in Sector 11.
Such little screen
Mantle
time.
police are helping us clear the hospital, but they're
I
gonna
get
need
it.
backup.
Question: If
doing great,
Fiona's
Kate.
aura breaks, do all the things that she was holding in her pocket dimension disappear, or does it drop like loot? So is she like a Minecraft sheet?
Jin.
Jin.
I'm looking respectfully. Oh my god. Why, hello again, old man. I can't help it. I just have watched this volume so much.
Did you have a question for me?
Maria Calavera.
Don't you think Penny
She and
has got
Pietro
enough
dipped up.
people
Yeah, they
telling
did.
her what to do?
I hope they're like okay.
It's our only option.
She is right, Pietro. We have to remember the big picture.
I don't care about the big picture.
Willow Schnee.
We have a generator.
Mama Schnee had a dump truck. Why? Excuse me?
So kind of you to join us, Mother.
Believe it or not, I am above drinking in the dark.
That line makes no sense.
And the Oscar for Best Female Character in a Minor Role goes
Alright.
to
I give it to Joanna.
Willow
I
Schnee.
figured. She was my 5th place.
I can see it. It's outside Winter's old room. You can kill it, can't you?
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. It's acting strange.
Her voice actor did real well.
Why is it here?
It doesn't matter. Just keep an eye on it so I can track it down. Right.
Why didn't you just follow it faster? I'm being
I
mean.
gotta admit,
Ignore me.
I thought this category would be a toss-up between Willow and
Damn,
Maria. At least for me,
Joanna.
I can understand Maria getting it after her fight scene in Chapter 5 against Neo, being the only character in the history of the show to really, really give Neo a hard
I thought
time.
Joanna got some time to
It was
shine
great
this
to see
volume. That was
Maria
pretty good to see.
just have fun. Fighting against Neo of all characters, and
Fiona
at
as
least
well.
for Willow, Mama Schnee
Not a lot
definitely
to do, though.
steals a lot of the scenes that she's in. I gotta say it. She's a lot of fun to watch in her own ways, and
Yeah.
with volumes 7 and 8, she is the essential view into the broken home that is Shinny
I wish she'd
Manor,
get her
and
hands off of
getting to
Whitley,
see
though.
Whitley in a new
As someone
light,
with
especially
shitty
too.
parents,
A lot
if
of that
a parent
comes
like
from Willow.
did a
Like,
bunch of
we
nice
know
things all of a
Weiss's
sudden,
relationship,
wouldn't make me
we've
suddenly okay with
known
them touching me.
Winter's relationship with her family,
Which, you know,
for
different-
a good portion of the
different
show,
people, different
but
situations,
now
but, like,
seeing
she's
it
just, like,
through Willow's
clings to him and he
perspective,
seems
I
fine
feel
with it.
a lot more important
Like,
than
no
anything
remaining remaining
we
trauma.
hadn't really seen up until this point.
I mean,
And
it might be
loved
internal.
seeing,
We'll see it back
especially
to
as well,
maybe.
her security cameras coming back for Volume 8, Chapter 8, the fight against the Hound. Really, really cool to see. You know, thinking in Volume 7 it might have just been there for that one moment to justify or explain that one thing, but now, no, it's really adding this extra dynamic, this extra element to the horror.
I wish Jacques
Chapter
hadn't
8,
died.
and that was amazing. And
I'm
Willow,
glad that I'm
she's
not the
kind
only
of a
one
meme
who thinks
too,
that that was
so
a weird
she's
choice.
got that going for
I don't
her.
like Jacques.
But that
I
being
don't care
said,
about Jacques himself.
That's it from me. Please enjoy
But the
rest
dynamics
of the
that he
Volume 8
causes
Ozcars,
and
I hope
points
to
that he
see you
holds.
around the fandom.
In the plot and
What is up, people of the internet?
Freelancer
My name is
Amber!
And as you all know, I'm a RWBY tuber. Sort of. I also love Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts, various games, and anime. I'm also a Twitch affiliate, and I love to stream, and hopefully I get to do more of that in the future. So as you all know, I'm also part of the Oscars, but as one of the hosts, and I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. Last year, I did both when Volume 7 ended, and being this again now, and again, as a host, I'll be doing funniest moments that happened in RWBY Volume 8. Now, RWBY has a lot of moments throughout the years, whether it be
Funny
hurtful
moments. That's
happy
right.
moments,
I think
moments
I
that make
voted
you actually
Weiss gets
like
seated.
connect with the character. There's one kind of moment in RWBY that helps
Yeah,
us
Weiss
cheer
gets
us up
vented,
and
Penny
give us a
explaining
good
the
laugh.
semblance,
That's
The
right,
Rock hitting
I'm
Jean,
talking
and
about
Jean
funny
walking away
moments,
from
like I
Renora.
said before. From RWBY getting blown
There were
back
only
in
4
Volume 1
options.
to Jean getting hit on by thirsty moms in Volume 7. These are the nominees for funniest moments.
I did
in
not
RWBY
like
Volume
John
8.
walking away from Renora. That took out of the scene
John walking away
entirely.
from Ren and
This was
Nora.
my least favorite. I hate that I even had to put it on my voting thing because there were only 4 options.
All water under the bridge, buddy.
Like this, it was such an intense moment, and then this, and then back to intense. It's like, what was the purpose of that and the weird animation thing?
Penny explaining RWBY's semblance.
Do not worry.
This
RWBY
one
is
was
capable
good.
of traveling at an extreme
Translation.
velocity from one point to another by breaking herself down to her molecular components, thus negating her mass and then reassembling them at the destination, theoretically making it possible for her to transport all of us in the same way, as mass no longer matters.
Rock hitting Jean.
This one did make me laugh. A lot of the comedy in the later episodes did not. This one did. I could have done without the weird, like, poking your heads out. Like, you're in war. Why aren't you more terrified?
Need your attention.
Why is this being played for laughs?
Weiss
But the
gets
rock hitting
vented.
Jean was
So how do we
funny.
use this thing?
This
should be
is
simple.
gonna win.
If you lie back in the tube and press launch...
And the Oscars for funniest moment in RWBY Volume 8 goes to... Weiss gets vented.
Yep, called it. Pew! I'm saving my 3 poppers I have left. This one I already expected to win,
And I
so
can
it's
see
not.
why. I, and I'm sure many of you, absolutely lost it when Nora just happened to hit the one button, all the while Weiss
You
was trying
can't
to
tell
explain how
Nora
these
about
shits
buttons
work.
and
Thank
expect
you
her to
everyone
not
who
press
voted
them.
for this year's Oscars, and thank you to the Groupie for keeping this show going. Honestly, I've been a fan of RWBY since the beginning. I was originally
Wonder what category
a Red
Reeve is
vs.
gonna
Blue
do.
fan back in high school, and then when I first saw RWBY, I immediately became such a huge fan of it, as you can see from my posters and the many figures I've bought throughout the years. From the very beginning,
Maybe best
you can
twist
see
/
the
reveal.
transition from
That seems
how
like
it
a
all
category he
started
would do.
to right now. All the voice actors, all the animators, screenwriters, everyone is awesome, and I can't wait to see more of this in the future. And for the RWBY community, it's just such a fun thing to be a part of, and I hope you all enjoy this as much as I do. Again, thank you all so much for voting.
Aww.
Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy, aka
Oh,
Jeremy
yeah.
Knight Productions.
I
I'm
should
so
watch more of
excited
your
to be here
stuff.
with everyone for the 2021 Oscars for RWBY Volume 8. I've been a fan of RWBY ever since the end of Volume 2, and I can't
If
wait to
I've
see
seen
what
any of
RWBY
your
does
stuff.
with the rest of it. Now, my
sounds
channel doesn't
familiar.
exactly have much RWBY content at the moment, but Cal and Arnold keep inviting me back for these things, so
No.
I'm sure I'll make some RWBY content sometime. When
I'm
it comes
not
to
on
RWBY, one
Twitter,
of the
really,
things that
so
the fans love most, and
makes
arguably
sense.
even the people that work on the show love most, is the characters and how they interact with one another. Whether it be a familial relationship, a platonic friendship,
Oh,
that's as
the
strong as any
relationships.
type of familial
This
blood,
category was
or
weird
even
to me because a
romantic
lot of the ones that were
relationship
on
where
there
your ship
didn't
is
actually
And so,
develop this
let's
volume.
bring attention to that. The contestants for
And a lot
Best
of the
Relationship
relationships that
Development
did
for
develop
RWBY
weren't
Volume
on
8
there.
are
So I feel weird
Emerald
about
and
that.
Hazel.
Go! Now!
I don't remember what I put for this one because What I would have put, I mean, obviously, would have been Oscar and Ozpin because they actually developed the most. They had some really good development. That was my favorite part of watching the volume, was their character development with one another.
For trusting me with this.
And this one, like Penny and Winter, they had a lot of development in Volume 7, but in Volume 8, this is like their only interaction.
I'll be part of you.
I think Renora was my first pick. Good. Because they had actual development. Emerald and Oscar should have been on here, though. I'm firm on that one.
So we failed.
And I'm upset about Oscar / Ozpin and Hazel. Like,
I was the one holding us back.
they're different characters. Stop smushing them together.
Well, you're wrong. All I do is make
Like,
dumb
I would be
jokes
okay
and
with that
smash things with a
category
hammer.
if they also had one for Oscar and
That's
Ozpin.
not true.
Because like they had really well written development this volume, like really well written, but they treated them like the same characters, so they didn't treat it as a relationship.
And that's what I love about
the boop.
That's why I.
Yeah, Renora's gonna win
I love you.
because they
Ruby
did actually develop.
I was the protector of Mantle.
I usually love
But
Ruby and
now,
Penny's relationship. Volume
I
8.
am much more than that.
I didn't.
And I wish I was
It
not.
makes me sad.
But
because
you're
Ruby was
still
just kind
you,
of
Penny.
like
By becoming the Winter Maiden,
didn't
you
really listen
did
to her
protect
problems in a way that made sense. Like this was never followed up on,
Thank you,
and she's
Ruby.
clearly not satisfied by that.
Weiss,
And she was just
Whitley,
kind of
and
doing the
Willow.
exact same thing everyone else was doing, which was telling Penny what to do and making choices for her. Which I thought was going to be addressed, but then I guess it wasn't. Which I thought would have been really interesting.
I didn't forget
Also,
you.
imagine if we had Penny having to find out that Ruby had been lying to her in Winter for months, and Ironwood. But, like, lying to Penny's
And the
face.
Oscar for best relationship development and
Which is fine, it just would have been really cool to see that happen. Characters making mistakes makes sense. Yeah, I can see
I'm
through
not
the paper, you guys.
surprised in the least.
Yep.
It's Ren and Nora.
When my mom ran from the Grimm and left me behind, you found me. We became Ren and Nora.
Oh wait, no, Hazel
But I
and
realized
Oscar
on this
Osmond
mission
was up there, but Ren and Nora was too.
I don't know who just Nora is. And if I'm ever going to find out, then I have to do it alone.
It said relationship development, not best
Because I've always
relationship.
loved you, Lyran.
And this was, I
That pretty
believe,
head
the
on
best
your shoulder
development.
seems like it's doing a lot better. But I still gotta get mine sorted out before I can be the partner you need.
This would have been a close second if Oscar and Oz was an option.
Okay.
I can make several. I might make a whole video about their development in Volume 8 just because it's not in the Ozcars, and I think it deserves attention.
It's definitely okay.
God, this.
I figured
When I
Ren and
reacted
Nora
to it, I
were going
had
to
to
win.
take a
For me, they
long,
definitely
long
were one
moment.
of the best relationship outcomes to come out of RWBY Volume 8. It's very rare in media, at least in my opinion, to see a romance that actually comes out and says that these two people need to figure out who they each are as a person before they can get into a romantic relationship and force anything that could become something toxic. And it's just something that speaks to me very personally.
It was very
and I'm
good.
definitely
Incredibly
glad
well
that
done and healthy.
everyone
One of the
at RWBY
best
decided
things
to
about
go that
Volume 8
route.
was
All I
the
can
Ren
say
and
is,
Nora.
wow, this is amazing. Thank you
scene.
again, RL, Cal, and everyone else for giving me this opportunity on the Oscars. And if anyone from RWBY is watching, I'm probably fanboying on the inside because of that, but like, I'm just excited to be a part of the RWBY community. I'm glad I could be a part of this project. So yeah, have a nice evening, guys.
One of the best things about watching an ongoing series is
Hey,
seeing how
you're
different
back.
plot points are
Phoenix
building
rises
towards
from the- I
eventual
like that joke.
conclusions, only for those conclusions to end up being something completely
The
unexpected.
twist.
And
Okay, you're
Volume
doing the
8
twist.
had
That makes sense,
plenty
too.
of those. Seeing different things hinted throughout the volume, building towards an eventual reveal.
I don't think
and when it came
any
time
of
for
the
that reveal to
twists
happen, it ended
surprised
up being
me.
something much larger than
Silver
what was
and
expected.
Hound, I suppose, did.
Or just something that blindsided us completely.
Cinder's betrayal was
As
an
someone who
interesting
makes different
twist, I
theory
guess,
videos
but I
on
wasn't.
the plot of RWBY, it was an
What's Hacking
absolute
Penny I
pleasure
picked
to
first,
watch
even though-
everything unfold throughout the volume. These
I'll let us
are
talk.
your nominees for the best twists and reveals in Volume
Like, we
8.
all knew that Watch was going to hack
Cinder
Penny,
betrays
and yet
Neo
it
and
was
Watts.
done so well that I voted first. It's so weird. Sometimes you can't do it alone, and then cuts off her team. I guess it's like, oh, my task is done. Bye.
Post-credits scene, Wonderland.
Yeah, I was expecting that. We all knew the Wonderland scene was coming. Like, as soon as Ambrosia said "do not fall," we're like, okay, Team RWBY's gonna fall into Wonderland. That's gonna happen into another world. And so this didn't feel like a twist to me, because we all knew that this is how the volume was gonna end once Ambrosia said "do not fall."
The Hound is a silver-eyed warrior.
That one I will be happy if it wins also, because that one actually did feel like a twist. Or at least a reveal. Like, it was a theory a lot of people had, but, you know, it was still a reveal. And it was given great attention.
Watts
and Watts hacking Penny. See, like, look how well done this was.
You can't give up. I do not know. I have to go. The vault. No. Dad.
So good.
And the Oscar for Best Twist or Reveal in Volume 8 goes to the Silver-Eyed Hound.
Makes sense. Good job. Good job to that one. Ooh. Why are you showing this? Aaron, that scream.
Honestly, no surprise on this one, as it was
they killed the man live in the studio to get that
Volume
scream.
8, and the amount of theories and speculation in the RWBY community is a testament to
Watts
that.
hacking Penny got last, probably because people
Volume
knew it was
8,
going to
once
happen.
the Hound
That makes
was
sense.
revealed, that it was a talking Grimm, and the amount
much
that
do we have
it was
left?
hyped up, being an experiment that Salem had worked on, the speculation of if the Hound was Summer Rose, or if it was going to be a character significant to our main protagonists, all of the different theories and ideas surrounding it culminated to the eventual reveal that the Hound was a silver-eyed warrior. This was an amazing plot point to put in the volume, and the best part about this twist/reveal is it's not over yet. There is still more to build on with it, and I am so looking forward to where it is going to be taken in the future.
All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm
Jacob. Hey,
and
Semblance
we're
of
brothers.
Sanity. I didn't actually know you were in this.
Obsession for stories, YouTubers. We love just getting into the emotion, the exploration of humanity, some passionate discussion, rambling, ranting, and then also just creating beautiful memories surrounding those stories. That's just what we live for.
It is our jam. But we do have a few titles, some self-proclaimed,
I think there's 8
some given to us
categories
by
left.
others. The first is, of course, we are dramatic narrators.
Indeed, and I am a notorious trivia master.
Yes, and one of us, I'm not going to say who, is a published author.
Okay, it's Battle Lines, check it out. Also, we are professional anime shillers of the highest quality and grade. So I will, of course, take this
I
moment
really love their
and platform
reactions.
to shill Vinland Saga. Go watch it. It's incredible. It's a coming-of-age story filled with tearjerker moments and brutality.
Oh, they're doing
and
tearjerker.
humanity.
Cool.
Yes, go watch it on Amazon.
And we are hosting the best tearjerker category.
Yeah, over the
I had
years,
Penny's
RWBY has hit
death,
us
Ruben
with some of
Yang's
the most
talk,
painful
Vines,
cliffhangers,
Hazel, and Yang
backstories,
falling.
and deaths.
Yang falling did not. I didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I knew it was
okay,
gonna
but
happen.
Volume
It was not even close to a
What
surprise.
about the training?
Like, I guess it was supposed to be a big, like,
Pyrrha
whoa,
left for
she's
Jean?
falling. Ah.
Like that?
Yeah,
That's
that
such
was a
simple
tearjerker
bit
moment.
in episode 2 of Volume 4, but it just destroys me every single time.
Can we just give a shout out to literally
Like, I didn't really care about Vine's death that much, but, like, once it happened, I was like, oh no!
Yeah, that.
And
that
a lot
will
of
do
it's because Harriet's voice actor, that
These
scream,
are the nominees for Best
nailed it.
Tearjerker.
Hazel's death.
All in favor of Ruby Chibi Hazel, say aye. Aye? Alright. Provided we get Chibi Oscar. There's so much potential for— he was like made for Chibi. There's so many skits you can do with Ozzy. Bye!
Penny's
Hazel.
death.
Because I didn't cry at Hazel's death, because I was just like, what the frick just happened? This one did make me cry. This one did make me cry. This one's gonna win. Let's be real, this one's gonna win. And it deserves to.
Ruby and Yang's summer talk.
You know what that means then.
I wouldn't worry about that.
That's what happened to Mom. When I saw its eyes, I knew. Salem used to kill
Headphone,
people
where'd you
with
go?
silver eyes, like Maria.
Where'd my headphone
She's
go? Oh
always
no, oh
wanted
no!
me alive.
Mayday!
Vine's death.
What on frick? What on heck? Did it go? Oh, it did. Frickin'. There we go. Fell down my dress. Didn't have a bra for it to catch on.
Yang falling.
Yeah, no, I was not surprised, even in the slightest. I feel like most people weren't. There were a few people who I think were surprised by this moment, but... And Blake's Yang didn't really hit me, I guess because Aaron was talking about it all volume, like, ooh, get ready for some screams. I, like, burned my throat out screaming in the studio. Big emotional moment. And then the moment itself was a moment that I was already expecting, I guess. And it, like, the echoing and the slow motion took away from it. But it wasn't bad voice acting. It just didn't make me cry. Penny's death. Yep.
But there is something you can do.
I'm not. It feels wrong to do a party popper for Penny's death. Like.
Let me choose this.
Wait, now that I said that, now it makes me want to.
Trust me.
Okay, here, I'll do orange for Penny. That was the saddest part. Where'd my hair tie go?
All right, yeah, well, makes
Yeah,
sense.
Penny's
well
death,
deserved.
Yu Bin Yang's talk.
That's kind of to be expected of
Yeah.
the 5 options that were there. I really
Yeah.
only would put Yang's and Ruby's summer talk as being like up there meta-wise.
Look at
as,
all
like,
of this.
One of the contenders there, because I mean, Penny's death.
No contest.
It's no
Yeah,
real
seriously.
contest there. Yeah.
Like, okay.
I'm surprised it didn't win by a wider
we
margin.
Got another redhead dying tragically, and Jean
Thanks,
was.
Rooster Teeth.
But what can I say? Jean's involvement was a bit more extreme this time than last time.
At least he got to be there.
Yes.
Wasn't
yes,
he intended
Caleb,
to be there?
He got to be there.
He got to.
And it wasn't just because he didn't block an arrow, but no, this time it's because he actually killed her.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm sure the trauma.
I feel
won't
like
stack
it would
up
have been
on-
more
on
interesting
him.
with a different
No,
character
no,
doing it,
not at
or
all.
if they
Oh
wanted
my
it to be
God.
Jean,
And
building up
as
Jean
far
and
as
Penny's
where things
relationship
go
more.
into volume,
So that it would have hit.
9.
But I
He's
understand
going to be without his crew,
some of the reasoning.
In the void place
And it did
with the
still hit
island
me.
and all that, so that's going to be its own thing. Ugh. Well,
I cried. If
yeah,
you saw my reaction,
thank
you know
for
that I
inviting us to
cried.
the Oscars. And I'm sorry for dropping the yellow letter all over the place there, but I mean, it's like...
And the shot that was done was so good, the reflection in the sword.
Familiar, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
just
dropping all sorts of stuff down my dress.
Hi everybody, my name is Tanner, better known
Blizzik.
as Blizzik, and I'm going to be presenting the award for Best Monologue. If you don't know
Nice.
me, I'm a writer, and I make video essays on the writing in all sorts of media.
Yeah, I really like it.
mostly anime
May's
and a lot
speech
of
is
RWBY, but
probably
I do
not going
talk
to win,
about
but I feel like
video games and
it
movies
should.
whenever
It deserves
strikes
to.
my fancy.
Not
I have
just
a
her
really
monologue,
big
but her
review
speech
of
to Team
Volume 8
RWBY,
coming up
etc.
on the horizon, and some
Watts'
even more
speech is
fun
gonna
stuff
win, isn't
planned
it?
for after that. But for now, I am just really, really excited to be a part of this totally awesome celebration.
If May
of
wins,
RWBY
I'm party
Volume 8.
poppering. I
When
only
it
have
comes to
2
fancy
left, but
schmancy
I'm party
wordsmithing,
poppering for
RWBY
May.
characters are a mixed bag. Sometimes they're a little too lost in each other's eyes to do much besides bumble through their words, but other times they unleash a monologue so perfect you can tell that they've been practicing.
May's
in the
speech,
bathroom
Watts'
for
speech,
weeks.
Osmond's
These
apology,
speeches give
Ironman's
these
ultimatum,
characters
and
an
Ruby's
opportunity
announcement.
to
Those are my
externalize their
votes.
complicated inner worlds and advocate for their personal ideologies. and they get to be as dramatic as they want in the process. These are the nominees for Best Monologue.
Ironwood's ultimatum speech.
I have always promised to defend this
If I kill thousands, will you work
its
with me?
technology,
Right?
its future, from those who would see it destroyed. Our enemy is crippled, but one individual still denies Atlas its salvation. The protector of Mantle. I know how much Mantle means to you, so I'm going to give you a choice. You can bring yourself to Atlas Academy and do your duty.
So it doesn't fall too much.
Help me save as much of Atlas as I can, and Mantle will be left to fend for itself.
Also, Osmond's speech doesn't really have a chance because it was added near the end of the voting process. It wasn't actually in there at the start, so a lot of people who voted didn't even have it as an option. Not that I think it was going to win anyway. May.
Your uncle and Robin can't save us. We have
Seriously. So choose.
Ozpin's
That
apology.
plus the...
I was recently reminded.
You sound like Oscar, silly.
A young girl flees the consequences
A little
of a choice
bit. A little bit more.
to a magical place.
Especially when he says, it's a risk you can take on me again.
Her initial failure.
Just straight up sounds like and
She
looks
only
like Oscar.
succeeds in spreading it. I failed all of you.
I also very much like that he didn't have the words "I'm
should've
sorry"
trusted
in his
you
apology,
with the truth.
because he says "I'm
Never
sorry"
have run
so
the
much,
day you
but
discovered
so this has a lot more
And
weight
I
to it.
hope
This part,
it's a risk you can take on me again.
yeah. Just
Ruby's speech to
straight
Remnant.
up sounds
My
like
name
Oscar.
is Ruby Rose. I'm a huntress. And if we've done everything right, then
I really want to know how much they told, because they told about the relics and the maiden.
can explain more later.
Like, that's
But right
intense.
now, you all need to know that the kingdom of Atlas is under attack. I know the idea of the maidens and relics seems, well, crazy. But I promise Professor Goodwitch of Beacon and Headmaster Theodore of Shade can verify all
Like,
of
oh, we
this.
can't trust Ironwood with this information, but we can trust the entire world. I get it, though. Telling the world, maybe, like, it's difficult decisions. Cool. I like when characters make difficult decisions. I'm very interested to see where this goes.
Watts's
I hope
speech
there's
to
a lot of
Cinder.
mayhem going on with people panicking, because that would happen.
Of course you are.
This one's gonna win.
That's just what you do, isn't it?
I'm surprised May's monologue or speech didn't include her monologue in which she talks about her backstory, because that was good. And Caden said that she was crying in the studio when she did it, and like, yeah, you can tell.
Get all your enemies in one place so you'd have a shot at revenge. If only someone could have warned you against such a miserable idea.
Oh wait, I did.
And the
You
Oscar
have to be
for Best
worthy.
Monologue goes
If it's not Watts, I will be
to
shocked.
Watts' speech
Yeah.
to Cinder.
But you pushed
Yeah,
ahead,
for sure.
and you lost it when all you had to do was your
Ah.
job. You think you're entitled to everything just because you suffered, but suffering
isn't enough.
Can't just be strong, you have
You
to
have
be
to be smart.
Can't just be
To be
deserving,
deserving, you have to be worthy.
But all you have
Ever been is a bloody migraine.
All right, I was gunning for that one, so I'm very glad that the community is at my back.
Yeah, I expected Osmond's to be
Yeah.
last,
There
especially
was a
because
lot
of, like,
great
even if
monologues
it
this
had
volume,
been put in
but
there
I
at
don't
the
think you can
beginning.
compete with someone who knows he's right and just has
Really?
nothing
Ruby's
to
speech
lose.
did better than
Not
May's?
to mention Chris Sabat.
Ruby's
is
speech was
amazing.
just like,
and also, I
hey,
think it's
world.
just really, really satisfying to hear the sorts of things that the fandom has
Maybe
been
there's
saying
an appeal
about
to it that I'm
Cinder
missing.
for years, finally vocalized by a character in the show. So that was a really satisfying element of it too. I
Yeah,
want
for
to
sure. It
thank
was a great
all of
speech.
you for your
That was my
votes.
first vote.
I want to thank Murder of Birds and Klaxon for having me at this wonderful community event. And of course, I want to thank RWBY for giving us another wonderful, wonderful volume. I am very excited to be a part of this, and I'm very excited to see you all again in Volume 9. Ta-ta.
Hi, I'm Riga. This is
Riga, there you
this
are.
Isn't you alright?
I was expecting it. This is you alright, and oh no!
Hold on,
There we go.
hold on. Okay.
Come back.
Sorry.
Which one are you doing?
Hi,
I'm Rigger, and this is the Oscars.
Oh,
and I'm
fancy.
ecstatic to be here. If you
I don't know,
me,
are you alright?
since I'm kind of new around here, I'm a paper cutout that talks a lot about RWBY, as well as other things. I do crazy things.
Check
like
out
find
Riga's
out why
channel.
Jin was human,
So
and I
good.
can more than help you out with that. Not to mention I do reviews. At the moment we're going through Avatar episode by episode,
And
I'll
RWBY
be
runs
talking about some full anime
are really
series
good.
quite soon. I talk about movies a lot. We're likely going to start doing some movie-based content on the channel. I just started a new and exciting thing where we're designing characters, and I'm working with
Yes,
my
the mirror
audience to
mirror
build
characters
the idea
also
of a
so
mirror
good.
universe in
The
RWBY.
mirror universe,
And not to mention my big
incredible.
one, my RWBY Runs
RWBY
project,
Runs,
where we run through
yeah.
the plot of RWBY in what-if scenarios. We
What
are
if right
currently
now is
several
what if
episodes
Kira
deep into
had
what
lived
if
instead of
Jean died
in
instead of
third period.
And
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
tell you, it is quite an emotional ride. But we're
I have
not
to
here
catch up
talk
on that.
about me, we are here to talk about Volume 8, so let's get on to the award. When RWBY first started, it was sold to many on the fight scenes alone. The
Fight, best
choreography,
fight,
as well as
alright.
the unique weapons and enemies
I wouldn't have
defined
guessed
the
that you would
reason
do
to
best
watch
fight.
it all and help get people on board with the show to start. These days, the characters and story have gone far beyond that point, and there's obviously
I
a
had
lot more
Salem
to be
versus
invested
Hazel
than
and
just the
Joyride as my
fights.
first.
However, at the end of the day, it's good versus evil, right versus wrong, and eventually swords need to be drawn. When that
I'll stop
happens,
listing
it's
all
do
of my
or die,
choices.
and as
I'm
we all
being
know in this
annoying, I'm
show,
sure.
dying is certainly a possibility. So, while it's no longer the main selling point of the series, it's still central to the
Where'd the audio go? What's happening? No! Why do you keep
story and the
buffering?
survival of our characters. With signature weapons, dust, aura, semblances, maiden powers, and more at their disposal, a fight in RWBY is always a fight worth watching. That being said, it's time to find out which was the best. These are the nominees for Volume 8's Best Fight. Everyone versus Ironwood.
I have.
This was an enjoyable one. Fight, fight, kiss, kiss, kiss. Time you will go. National Beat Up Your Boss Day. The Oscar Winter team up makes me happy because both his boss and his employee decided he needs violence. Oscar was really like, alright, I'm done being a pacifist with you, time to poke you with the stick.
Versus the ASOS.
That was a really good fight. This was in my top 3, I think. Yeah, it was my 3rd. Penny versus Cinder and Emerald was my 2nd. And then Everyone versus Ironwood, and then Winter versus Cinder.
Salem versus Hazel.
Yeah, this was... I could watch this fight over and over again, right? Oh, I get the joke. Over and over again! Got it. I like the jokes. I really liked Yang punching in her cleavage and then exploding and then her like regenerating and grabbing on, and Oscar using magic and then like Jean
Manor
protecting.
versus the Hound.
Oh yeah, this happened. I kind of forgot about the Hound fight. I just remember the ending part where he reveals the silver eyes.
Just focus.
Yeah, I do remember, like, it's not here for me, it's here for Penny. That was a cool moment. Silhouetted against the moon. Speaking of, Khan should be in one of these.
Team RWBY and Penny versus Cinder and Neo.
It's 5v2, what could possibly go wrong?
Leave her alone.
Leave her alone! Sorry, every time I hear that line, I have to repeat it. Gosh, why does my headphone hurt?
And the Oscar for Best Fight of Volume 8 goes to...
Hey, the one that we can't see
Everyone
through.
versus Ironwood.
Oh! Nice! I really did like this one. I didn't expect it to win, but nice. I've heard a lot of people who like fight choreography have said that they don't like this one, but I thought it was hype. Stabby poke, poke, poke. See, like, look, the mouths aren't moving when they yell. Which is fine. It's not something that that bothers me. But it is something I've seen, that I've noticed. I love that transition between
Ironwood
his head
certainly was
falling
one
and
of the biggest hurdles
falling
that
of
needed
the
taking
soldier.
down, and it took more than a team to do it. From Emerald's master deception,
Emerald plus
Oscar
Team
tapping
Alpine.
into his potential, Jean, Ren, and Nora going toe-to-toe with perhaps the strongest combatant in Atlas, it was still only possible
It's weird
due
that
to
it called it
Winter's
everyone
perfect
versus Ironwood
execution
instead
and
of,
showing
like,
the true depths
Alpine
of her talent
plus
and
Emerald.
combat abilities. Without all
Or,
of them combined,
like,
there was little to
Junior,
no
Juniper
chance.
2.0,
They were
whatever
the
you want to
winner
call
for
them.
sure. Like with any
Alpine's the
fight,
best
there
one,
was
though.
so much to balance here between all of the weapons and powers, not to mention needing a
Or even
snappy
you could use
runtime,
Team
and they
Arson.
pulled it off. Everyone had a moment to shine and a role
Because
to play,
Emerald's there
showing
now,
exactly
and
why they're
altogether they
worthy
make
of being
Arson.
where they are. A big congratulations to
Because
Ruby
it wasn't
and the show
everyone.
for delivering
Ruby wasn't
across
there.
the board this volume,
Team Ruby.
keeping the combat satisfying alongside everything else that needs to go into the story. A big thank you to everyone
Nor was
involved
Penny.
in bringing us this volume, and a huge
I'm surprised
personal
Jean
thank
was
you
there. I
from
thought
me
he was gonna,
to
like,
Arnold and Cal for inviting me
you
on to
know,
host
go
for
with
you all.
Penny to keep her
I truly
amped,
hope you're
but-
all enjoying the Oscars and appreciate what a huge undertaking this is. And until next time, my name is Rigger. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope I did all right.
Hey, I'm Kelly.
I'm Sam.
Hey, it's you
And together
guys.
We formed the YouTube channel Zhao Long, where we do RWBY reactions, we do live streams, video essays. We also react to a bunch of other animated shows like The Owl House and Jujutsu Kaisen. And occasionally we dip into cosplay, hence all the chaos in the background up there. We have to say thanks to Arnold and Cal, Murder Birds and Kallaxin respectively, for organising this and bringing so many RWBY content creators together, and of course you guys for voting on all these categories.
After such an amazing volume of RWBY, what better way is there to show our passion than being able to vote on our favourite categories and see who comes out on top?
RWBY is known for its large cast of main and
We
supporting
only have 5
characters that
categories
have
now.
only grown in number since Volume 1. In
And
Volume
2 party
7 and 8 in
poppers.
particular, we have seen a whole host of characters introduced, including both
I
male
feel like
and
there's
female
a
characters,
very
many
good
of which have
chance
had a
that
great impact on the
I
plot
will
and the
get
fandom
to
as a
pop
whole.
both of them
These
for
are
the leading
nominees for
or
best
the leading
male character
character.
in a supporting role. Arthur Watts.
Given
Who did I
what
have
we're
for
after,
supporting?
I've got all the motivation I need. Sadly, it doesn't make taking down Pietro's magical science
I
project
had
any less cumbersome.
Watts, Whitley, Pietro, Marovine.
I trust you can come up with something.
Wow, I really had Watts first? And not Whitley?
Marrow, I'm in.
They might still be alive.
See, now you guys
I
can
gave
start
them their
freaking
window.
about Whitley. There you go.
Can't wait any longer.
Would you say the same thing if it was your sister inside?
Rose before crows.
Are you gonna tell her what you did to her friends?
Pietro Polendina.
We made decent progress on construction and fuel collection. All potentially manageable, but LG was designed so that it couldn't launch itself without first being granted clearance from General Ironwood's terminal.
Crow Branwyn.
There might be a better way.
I'm telling you, there isn't.
Well, this isn't just
This
about
storyline
me.
was
It's about everyone.
odd to me. Why is
straight
my
up to
name
the
spelled with a
I
Q?
am ending this.
Or we
I don't know, why is
fail
my
and
name
people
spelled
get
with a Q?
killed.
Actually, mine makes sense.
Deserves this.
Whitley Schnee.
Why is my name spelled with a Y? That's the real question. Whitley is no longer a Shitley. He wasn't
The people you
before
mentioned in the
either.
crater. They need a way out, right?
He was
There
just
are
as
rows and rows
traumatized
of
as
cargo
White.
ships just sitting in the
If
hangars
not more
because of the
so.
embargo.
And our own automated drones. Like the ones at
Everyone's gonna be yelling Whitley, right?
We
Yeah,
can
there
order
he
as
is,
many
Whitley,
as we
Whitley,
need to
Whitley,
pilot our
Whitley.
ships down to the crater and get people to safety while the Grimm are occupied with the General's forces.
I thought that
And
I
the Oscar
voted
for
Whitley
best male
first.
character in a supporting role.
It's gonna be
is-
Watts, isn't it? Because I know like Whitley has a very strong fan base, but I don't feel like it's as huge. I feel like
Arthur
it's more.
Watts.
Yeah, it's Watts.
You have everything you need?
This scene was so good. This is one of the best scenes in RWBY. Was
This
the
is everything I've ever wanted.
the hard cut there with the music.
You deserve this, Arthur.
Man, Jessica did great this
We'll be
volume.
back.
Congratulations, Arthur.
You're dead.
You're dead. Sorry about it. But to be absolutely fair to Arthur, I thought this was
Every
his
vote matters.
best
Yep.
season. Such a shame that he had to end it by being dead.
Whitley
but
robbed, Whitley
went out
robbed,
on a
Whitley.
high.
Guys, it's
It
okay.
really did go out on a high, and the I'm going to say talk, but we all know it wasn't a talk. But the talk that he had with Cinder, and the way that he really managed to like dig down into.
Why
her
did people
inner
vote Marrow?
demons,
Because people
whether
liked
he meant
Marrow.
to
I don't
or
know.
not. I thought that was a really standout.
I'm not as on board the
performance
Marrow
for
train as
Arthur in
everyone
that
else, but
situation. So
he's
I
good.
think this is well deserved. RWBY as a show would not have come as far as it has today without its diverse range of female characters, many of whom were given a chance to shine in a volume that took us to some really dark places and put these characters to the test.
The nominees for Best Female Character in a Supporting Role are...
May Marigold, May Marigold, May Marigold, May Marigold. I had May, then Yang, Blake, Weiss, and Robin. Which is surprising that Yang was in supporting and not lead. I get Blake and Weiss being in supporting. But Yang felt like more of a lead, like definitely as much as RWBY, if not even kind of more so at times.
Marigold.
It's chaos at the crater. Atlas has its army.
If May wins, I'm gonna use one of my only 2 party poppers left.
People are dying.
Which means I won't have a party popper
dying here
for either lead actor or lead actress. I mean, lead characters for.
No. Mantle needed me. And to the Marigolds, that meant I wasn't their son anymore.
So this should have been included in May's speech.
Everyone knew
May's
that
monologue.
I wasn't their daughter.
God, as a trans person, that
Neapolitan, was it?
meant so much.
Now isn't the time to hold grudges.
No. She's right to be angry.
But I know a lot of people vote for favorites, and May is not one of the main characters, and like 3 of the main characters in this category, so I feel like she has less of a chance of winning, but as a character, I feel like she was the most well-written character of the category.
To do that, I need to ask the lamp a question.
And Caden really brought her to life as well.
Weiss Schnee.
Snowshoe Shipping is an SDC subsidiary, meaning all the drones
The
here
Schnees are
report to
low-key
the
homeless,
company,
by the way.
not
So
the
are
general.
that's all of Atlas and Mantle right
The
now.
pneumatic tubes allow for dust refined in
Not just the
crater
Schnees. What are you
sent straight
talking
up to
about?
Atlas. We just need
Literally
to find
everyone
one
has
for the
been
military
displaced
base.
and homeless because they chose to let Atlas
Yang
crash.
Xiaolong.
You know, that giant hound kicked us around like we were nothing. But Blake said you and the Schnees managed to take it down. Still having to one-up your big sis, huh?
And the winner for Best Female Character in a
Come on, May.
Supporting Role is...
Yang Xiaolong.
She was second place for me, even though Yang is one of. She might be my least, or at least she was my least favorite out of Team RWBY.
Blind
This volume might have
optimism
changed
isn't
that.
great, but no optimism means we've already lost. We need hope. We need to take risks.
But mine didn't work.
Lindsay in this scene was so good.
It's still got a warning out.
And the animation for RWBY as
Ruby,
well.
They're not called sure things. They're called risks. And in case you didn't notice, my plan for Mantle didn't work either. But we got Oscar back. And did a lot more that was never in the plan.
Congratulations, Yang. I think that's a well-deserved win for this volume and everything that you had to go through.
Yeah, you know, the whole like punching the undead witch in a personal area and falling into super hell.
May deserve
Yeah,
more votes
there's
there.
a lot that happened for Yang in this volume, but I think she really shone, even though she was obviously going
You're
through
offline.
some
No, I'm not.
things at
No, I'm
some
not.
point.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No. Any chance you just unplugged it a second time? Oh, there we go. Okay, it just turned off twice for me for some reason. Thank you.
And before Ruby and her
Okay.
teammates fell,
Best antagonist. That's what we're on right now.
I couldn't stop them. I couldn't even stop the maiden from
Why
escaping.
did I click on
cut from the
notification?
relics in jeopardy.
James Ironwood.
I am
Sorry, I don't know why I did that.
going to do everything I can to defend this kingdom,
Okay, we're back.
What do you think you're doing, James?
no matter the cost.
I had Watts, Cinder, Salem, Ironwood, Neo.
Have you lost your damn mind? Are you that scared of what
Neapolitan.
Let me just mouse over the previous ones. Wait, who is that? I feel like I recognize you. Oh well.
Salem.
Look how you've
40 chests, true.
How you've lessened yourself. And for what? These children? This ruined world?
Listen to yourself. Excuse me, Oscar is best Ozma.
Why do
Best incarnation.
keep coming back?
And the Oscar for Best Antagonist
Oh, I do know you.
goes to
Sunny, right?
Salem!
Nice.
In pursuit of a new world.
She did really well this volume, and Jen Taylor really nailed it. She was terrifying in Fault.
Our work here is done.
Very exciting. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that Salem has won Best Antagonist this year. We got so much great Salem action in this volume, and wow, she's just a badass villain, let me tell you that. And I'm super excited to see her win Best Antagonist this volume. Also, shout out to her whale, RIP to that guy, he was pretty cool. But yeah, Salem takes the cake. I also thought Ironwood might be a contender in this category, but obviously the people have spoken, and congrats to Salem for winning Best Antagonist.
I love that dress, by the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the final award of the show.
RWBY Volume
Shout
8
out to
would not
Dan
be the
for
same
saying
without
ladies,
the
gentlemen,
leading
and
characters
others.
whose
Am I
strength
not
and
allowed in?
sacrifices have a powerful, thought-provoking impression on the audience in a way that immortalizes them in discussions for volumes to come. These are the nominees for
Here we
Best
go.
Leading Male Character.
Okay, I'm
Hazel
getting this
Reynard.
popper ready.
Came for me. I killed her over and over again.
Gretchen would be proud. Would she though? For beating up a child all volume and then, oh. It's just like what Oz said with, like, does one lapse in judgment truly negate all of his good? No, it doesn't. But does one moment of good
James Ironwood.
undo or negate all of his evil? No, he's done a lot of shit. Come on, Oscar deserves to win this one. He got Best Boy in Phoenix's poll. Oscar was the MVP of the volume. Let's just be real. I mean, Penny also. Penny was like the main character of the volume. But Oscar was the protagonist of the volume, if that makes sense. Up until like the last couple episodes. And that's not biased, that's like legit framing-wise.
Please, Winter, give us a chance to try to rescue him first.
Come on, Oscar, you can do this.
You don't know what'll be waiting.
Please let Oz or Oscar finally win an Oscar.
You can go ahead to check it out.
An Oscar.
Look for Oscar while we're inside.
Lyren.
No! No one is replaceable.
They all did really well. Like, there's a lot of great characters in this. Come on, please. I'm wearing the green and the red. I've got a green party popper I saved for...
You don't really believe that. You are furious about losing Clover. And you miss him.
Ren did great.
That's why you lost against Team RWBY. You try to fight how you feel about each other, so you'll never truly work as a team.
Oscar Pine and Ozpin.
Why are they put in the same category? They're different characters. Ozpin belonged in supporting, Oscar belonged in leading.
Let me. But Oscar, you want him to trust us and trust me.
This was such a big brain play. It's what I wanted him to do. I'm so happy it happened.
Her name is Jin. Want her to come out of the lamp? Just say her name. She can still answer one more question.
After all that...
Again, Oscar and Oz's development together was so good.
No. I'm giving you the password. And hoping...
Oz being the one to look up to and follow Oscar was really good.
And the
it only
Oscar
showed one.
goes to...
Come on, let's go.
Oscar Pine!
Yes!
Go.
Yes!
He entrusted me with this. And the massive amount of power he had stored up in it.
Woo! We did it, boy!
The energy he spent lifetime after lifetime accumulating in the cane he built.
Let's go!
That's how you did that?
I dropped my headphone, I don't care.
All of the stored up power. Not all, but most. We have to be careful with how we use the rest.
This is what we
Trusted our
needed.
judgment, and it saved us. I want to reciprocate that trust. There's a lot to sort out. Oz really wants to help.
Thank you, Oscar.
So like they had such nice development.
Oscar
Like they finally
won
got
an
it.
Oscar.
We finally
Let's
did it,
go.
Reddit.
I think Oscar winning this is, I think he was a very new and improved version of himself, especially with everything that he's gone through these last two volumes with confronting Ironwood last volume, pretty much confronting Ozpin upon his return, and really just kind of coming
This
into
version
his
of
own
Oscar
as
is
a
the best
character.
version of
I don't know
Oscar,
how
and
this
this
is going
version
to
of
fare
Osmond
with
is the
him.
best version of Osmond.
You know,
They
with
are
the eventual
bringing out the
merging
best in each
of,
other.
of the two souls into one, but Oscar definitely stood his own this volume.
Yeah.
He was his own person. He made all
Then
the
why
calls
put
for
him in the
himself.
same
Osmond
category?
really just let him take the reins.
Yes, agreed.
For all the decisions that he made, and I think he
it
definitely
works
deserved
well.
this.
Yeah, I think that that's so true, especially because Oscar was really the driving force behind Hazel. And think about what would have happened if Oscar was
Hazel
not able
and
to
got
kind of
Emerald as
convert
well.
Hazel at the last minute to their side, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so in a lot of ways,
Yes,
like, he made
appreciation.
decisions that Ozpin wouldn't have made. And so he's becoming almost like a better, more trusting version of like what Ozpin, I think, has always wanted to be, but could never let himself be because he's
the
just
chat's
lived
not
too
loaded.
long, you know, like he's lost
That's so
a
good.
lot of
The things you've
naivete,
long
I guess,
forgotten.
you
A
know?
smaller,
And so
more
now,
honest soul.
with Oscar, like, he's a more simple and honest soul too. When you
Hey!
really think about it, it's not just RWBY, it's also Oscar and what he's able to do for Ozpin because of that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I love the way you put that.
He
Like
did
thinking
so
about
much this
Oscar
volume.
is just becoming a more optimized Ozpin.
Yeah.
And
No.
I love that. And I think this is gonna make a lot of people happy. Because
Yes.
last year was the first Oscars that we ever did, and everyone was like, Oscar better win an Oscar, and I don't think he won anything. So.
Well, I think this is well deserved this time.
Congratulations, Oscar Pine.
And these are the nominees for Best Leading Female Character.
Oscar is gonna be the best.
I highly doubt you're in the same place you started.
Nice. I'm surprised she was in leading and not supporting.
yeah.
Like, I feel like
You
if
guys
she's
have
in
been
leading,
getting your
Yang should be in
asses
leading,
kicked.
but
Some
that's
of that.
fine.
My fault, but like, you're at war. You're gonna take hits. Look, I'm just going to be super pissed if you all finally decide to give up the moment I switch sides.
I had Penny, Winter, Nora, Cinder,
Nora
Salem.
Valkyrie. Don't apologize. I got hurt doing what I always do. Just another ditzy move from Nora.
That's not true.
How would you know?
I'm just still so happy.
We were supposed to be a team, but that didn't matter to you. When things went wrong, you pushed us away. You shut people out so you don't have to feel things that are hard.
Penny Polendina.
Hey.
Yeah, I got one party popper left.
I do not like it when
And
friends
it's for
fight.
Penny.
I know.
And this is the last category, so I'm gonna use
might
it.
not agree on how best to save Mantle,
No.
I mean Winter. The
Penny was
general.
such a nuanced character this
They were
volume
our
and last.
friends.
It was so good.
But then the Aesops attacked
I wish we had
you.
delved into that more.
And the
Especially
general.
her, like, I'm much
These
more
are
than that, and I
people
wish I
going
was
to
not.
die
I would have loved to explore that.
Because of me.
Ruby Rose.
Or for her to have a little bit more of,
I wasted our time getting Amity up.
of like her actually struggling
help
against the
would come,
virus
but it
instead of
didn't.
just, oh, Amp.
And Amity.
I would have
fell.
liked more Identity Crisis because I'm
was
an
being
angst machine.
Winter Schnee.
Yeah, second place, but like she did amazing.
You are going to
Oh,
pay
Eddie's in the chat, sweet.
for everything you've done.
Oscar got an Oscar.
And the Oscar goes to
Here we go, here we go. Let's get ready. It's gonna be Penny. It's gonna be Penny.
Penny Polendina.
I won't be gone.
I'll be a part of you. Just like Freya was a part of her.
I'm glad.
Her freaking leitmotif. Do 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 do. And then they put that leitmotif in Friend because they want us to suffer.
I, for one, am really glad that Penny got this award, considering that this may be the final year that she is eligible.
That's a
Not
low
to get all
blow. That's a
sad
low
on
blow.
you.
That's a low blow. God damn it! I will not stand
It's what
for
she
this.
deserves.
But Penny had an amazing character arc this volume, obviously, that has wrapped
My
up
two-faced
in some
one.
respect.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I have some hopes that we may see her in Volume 9, but this is not the video to talk about that. But Penny had such growth, such development in her personality and her wants and everything that went into like those final
Fully
moments
agree.
and final decisions. How she was able to sacrifice herself for her friends.
I didn't like her being turned into
decided
human.
that
Other
that
than that,
was the route that
there's
she
a lot
wanted
that they
to
could have
go,
done that I would have
despite
loved
the
to see,
life
but
that they
like
gave her.
for
You
what
know
it
what I
was,
mean? And so I
Yeah.
feel like that
incredible.
overall
I
Penny
loved
had
it.
a really satisfying arc for me this season.
Yeah, no pun intended, but I love how they humanized her so much. Like, even from her inception, even from like her debut in Volume 1, we were always like immediately drawn to the fact that despite her being made of nuts and bolts instead of squishy guts, it
she's
didn't make her
just
any
as
less
human.
real,
So then how come
someone like
every
RWBY. And,
reaction video is titled
you know,
Real
having her
Girl
back
now
in
or
Volume
Penny's
7,
human?
I think reinforced
She
to a lot
always
of people
was.
who
That's
might
the
not
whole
have had,
point. Why did they make her
the time
human?
necessary
They
to
already
build an
did that with
attachment to
Freya
Penny
in Volume
during the
7 when
Beacon
she got
arc.
the maiden power.
I think they not only reinforced that, but pretty much put the nail
Sorry.
in the coffin. No, again, no pun intended. Put the nail in the coffin for really establishing Penny as a bona fide character. And
So many people I think loved Penny more because of these past two
absolutely.
seasons.
Agreed.
So
she was already
I
one of my
think that
favorites
a lot
when
of
she
people
died.
They were like, they're bringing Penny back. Like they were a little.
Yeah, I was
hesitant
happy
about
Penny
the
came
idea,
back.
but
I
then
understand, like,
as
writing-wise
you
why it
see
was
her in Volume
hesitant, but,
7
like, I
and
just
in
loved her
Volume
too
8,
much.
I think a lot of people grew to love her in a way that they didn't necessarily love her before, and then so to have
just
her
made me
taken
love her
away
more
from
and
us,
more.
right, hurt even more than I think it ever did in Volume 3.
I think in a way that also immortalizes the character, right? Like,
It's part of why
for
I don't
some
want them to
characters,
bring her
they're
back.
really
Like, I
defined
love
by
her,
how
and
they
that's
go
why
out.
I want them
You
to
know,
let her
like
rest.
Kira made a noble sacrifice. Penny
This is
did
a
the
good
same thing,
end.
and that's a part of the human experience to some degree. You know, dying for your loved ones, or sacrificing yourself, I should say, for your loved ones, whether it's a parent and child, or even in this
Unless
case,
you're
friends.
Ironwood, in
And
which
I think
case
Penny,
it dehumanizes you to sacrifice
pretty
yourself.
much
But that's fine.
established that the one choice that she had, this is what I want to do
Feeling
with
a little
my life.
rude today,
And
am
despite
I?
it being cut short, I think that that made her a forever loved character.
I'm just so
for
happy
sure.
Penny
and
and
with
Oscar
that,
won.
ladies and gentlemen, the RWBY Volume 8 Oscars Award
We
show
did
has
it,
come to a
boys!
close. We really hope you guys enjoyed all of the work and effort that has gone into this. A big shout out to everybody that has helped collaborate
Just
on
soaking
this
it all
effort
in.
together. We started this during the halfway point of the volume, and just seeing everybody's individual submissions come together with the editing and everything else in between was really great to put
Me
together.
at Oscar winning. This is
Pleasure
what you
doing this with
deserve!
fellow RWBY tubers. Make sure that you
Yes,
guys check them
but
out.
Oscar-
They will all
wait,
have
no.
links in the description down below. And you guys should also check out the artist that made our thumbnail, Keith.
Oh yeah,
His
Keith.
link will be down below too, and
Thank
so you guys
you.
can go commission him and all of that stuff. You know, for all your OC, Pokemon, RWBY type needs. He does a lot of different like OC work and everything like that. So
Yeah.
if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely check him out. And we will be here continuing to entertain you with videos or with art during the RWBY Volume 8 hiatus. And
Yeah.
thank you to everyone
Hiatus.
who voted, watched, and we will
I
see
used up
you
all my
next
party
time.
poppers, and I could have popped more because I won other categories. That's so good. I'm really happy about that. Like, I expected Penny to win, but I was like, ooh, I don't know if I was gonna win. I really, really hope it. Really hope that it's gonna win, and then he did. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. Am I still recording, please? Yes. Oh my god. This is gonna be hell to edit, I don't care. I'm especially glad that they like noted how like with Oscar and Ozpin, I was afraid that they were gonna like completely take it that way, but they did address him as being like, you know, they are their own characters, and even with them, like, you know, their similarities growing, like what they said, like Oscar optimized version of Oz. See, I don't actually know what their opinions are on the merch at the moment. So I don't know if they mean that as in, like, he's gonna be the one who makes Oz the best or whatever. But the way I see it is, you know, they are merging together. It is a collaborative thing. They are going to become one soul. I do believe that Oscar will be the owner of that soul, and I do believe that Oscar will identify with his past lives, but also identify as Oscar. Like, this is his life. This is who he is. I've made videos on that. You can watch those. But yeah, I agree. That's what they were saying, is that Oscar very much came into his own, not just in Volume 7, but also Volume 8, both volumes. Like, his arc lately has been so interesting, so cool to follow. And I'm interested that they were, like, talking so much about Oscar and Oz's development without putting it in that category, but I've already talked about that. But but yeah, I loved it. I loved the new dynamic as well of Oscar being the one to take the reins and like, all right, old man, you've been gone for 2 volumes. I've been in control, and it turns out I do okay for myself. Or like, turns out I like who I am. Like, I finally feel like me, not the me I was before all of this, but the me I always wanted to be. And that seems true. He has become the best version of himself thus far. And that's really cool to see. And because of that, and because of Volume 7 especially, at the end there, we can see with Ozpin's monologue that Oscar is helping Oz to become the best version of himself, too. They're like-minded souls. They're bringing out each other in each other, if that makes sense. Like, they're not shoving new qualities into each other. They're helping one another develop in ways that are natural and fitting of who they are and doesn't change who they are, but changes like what they do in a lot of, I don't know, it's complicated, but it's really, really cool. And I love seeing the flip on the head of like how it used to be Ozpin in control like most of the time, and like just giving exposition and stuff, and now it's Oscar like making all these difficult, complicated decisions. He really did deserve to win this, and so did Penny. Penny and Oscar had some of the most nuanced scenes this volume. It's not just because they were my top 2 favorite characters. Oh, and then Nora's up there as well. Like, I'm gonna miss Penny. I really am. And like, I mean, I'm gonna miss, this is kind of a weirder one to say, but I feel like I'm gonna miss Oz as well. Not that, because like that, why I say it's weird to say is because he's not going to be gone per se, you know? Like how Penny said, I won't be gone, I'll be a part of you now. And Oz will be a part of Oscar. Oscar will be like the entity of Oz. The form that it takes is Oscar now, but it's still Oscar the person, if that makes any sense. I don't think that's how the merge always goes. I go into more detail in it in my actual videos, because I do think that it depends on the souls in question and the way that they interact and what they do and such. And so I think that that's part of why there's so much uncertainty around the merge, is because each one is different. Like, it's hard to know exactly what's going to happen until it happens. But anyway, I really like this version of Oscar and this version of Ozpin, because they both still feel like themselves while also feeling more and more similar, but in ways that don't feel out of character. Like, that's just really well done. It's so cool. And again, the development together, the relationship development of people on Tumblr and stuff always love like the dad pin thing, where it's like, oh, Oscar's like looks up to him and Oz says, I'm proud of you, and all that stuff, which I never felt like was their dynamic, because like Oscar has always been like, shut up, or that sort of thing. Very much holding him accountable too. He, like, honestly, especially after this volume, Oscar's kind of Oz's dad. Like, that's the real vibe here. Like, he teaches him right and wrong. He gets him to apologize and tell the truth. He decides when he goes to bed. and all that stuff. And Oz clearly looks up to Oscar. Like, he says multiple times in this volume, and like shows. Like, there's showing and there's telling, so it's done really well. That he's the one looking up to Oscar and like being like, and Oscar's the one being proud of Oz. And I think that's really cool. It's an unexpected dynamic, and I really thought it makes sense, and it works really well, and it just makes me enjoy both characters more. I've gone back and forth on how I felt about Oz, especially because when I was introduced to the show, my friend who introduced me really hated Ozpin. And I remember watching The Lost Fable and being like, wait a second, this feels like it absolves him to me. Like, this feels like, okay, I get it now. But my friend was like, don't you see, like, doesn't that make you hate him now? Because, like, I had been, like, giving him a benefit of a doubt, but also being like, he's really sketchy. And I was like, okay, no, I don't find him sketchy anymore. I totally get it. And then, yeah, and my friend was just like, but you're supposed to hate him now. And I'm like, what? I am? So yeah, there was a lot of iffiness there, and it really felt like the characters were meant to hate him, but that's part of why that conversation in the tunnels of like, I know how you feel, but he saved my life, and like, that was a really nice showing of how the relationship has developed, because Oscar was also on the team of like, I don't know if we can trust him, but he was the one to say like, when Young was like, does that mean he's been watching us this entire time? And Oscar's like, I don't know, but it at least means he was looking out for us, like a tentative kind of thing. But we could still see the animosity there, like when Oz tries to apologize to Oscar, stop. All I want to know is how we save Atlas next. But yeah, I'm talking way too much about Oscar, aren't I? Par for the fucking course. But yeah, that was the awards show. I really liked it. A lot of people won. A lot of categories that I expected to go completely differently went completely differently to how I expected. And I think that's really cool to see like how many people enjoy different things and get enjoyment out of different aspects of the show and like different episodes and such. I didn't expect the final word. I guess I expected it to be up there. I didn't expect it to win. I expected Ultimatum to at least be like top 2. I really did. Witch as well. I don't know if I expected as much from Witch, but I'm glad that Witch was up there because that was a really, really, really well written episode. Props to Eddie for that episode. Like, seriously, that was really well done. There were parts of it that I would have rewritten a little bit, but like that's going to be true of literally everything ever because that's how the creative process works. What else is there to say? I feel like there's so much that I'm going to want to say as soon as I stop, but yeah, everyone who was involved, that's like, I'm so glad that they had so many people involved and everything's great. And I just keep smiling because I'm just so happy that so many of my categories won. But yeah, if anyone actually watched this and is actually still watching this, you win a cookie. Say in the comments that you win a cookie and what kind of cookie you want, and I will not send it to you, but I mean, you can know that you have hypothetical symbolic cookie award. And if you don't like cookies, I don't know, pick any dessert of your choosing. And if you don't have a sweet tooth, then I don't know how to please you at this point. You can win whatever kind of food you want. And if you are an alien that doesn't need sustenance, listen, you can't please everyone. I can't give an award that everyone's gonna like, okay? But yeah, alrighty. Hope y'all are having a swell day and that you don't have an outro. And also, I'm still thinking about if there's anything I love to say. I wish Caden had won something, or May. I feel like Caden deserved a win, for sure. I know a lot of people who feel that way, but I understand people are going to vote for characters that they know more, and it makes sense. Like, 3 of the main characters of the show were in the same category. Yeah. Let me look at my Word document super quick, just to see if there was anything else I wanted to comment on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely be reacting to the soundtrack. Definitely. Because this soundtrack I am so excited for. Like, so many of these songs I'm like, oh, I need to hear. Like, The Sky is Falling, Friend we already have all of, but it's still so good. I really want to hear the rest of The Truth. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I forgot to look at the actual pie charts for, but I'll go back and do that on my own time. But yeah, that's it. Remember to go vote on Phoenix Knight's shipping poll. It's open until June 11th at midnight EST. I hope you enjoyed. Okie dokie, artichoke. Bye-bye!